I'll mute myself.
Go.
Alright, so who are the aliens?
So
That
I
is
have
on mic,
3
because I hit
dupes.
the button. Hello, Internet. Hi.
Hi.
Hello.
So, this is going to be the first ever playtest of my Quick Fate with 2 C's. It has to be spelled that way every time, all lowercase. Homebrew with people. Hi, there's people there. They'll introduce themselves in a second. For both the players and the audience, I would like to remind everybody that this is, in fact, a playtest, the first ever actual playtest of this system. And from long years of experience playtesting, that means it's probably going to be 30 seconds past? Yes. Probably going to be fucky. It's going to be a little fucky. And there may be yelling and screaming, and hopefully it's okay. But I just warn everybody, this is based on a game system which I have run and seen run, and I know works, but, never know how it's going to work out. Now,
We're either
normally,
going to
this is
die
the part...
immediately, or we're going to kill everything in 1 second.
Yeah, but that also could just be Omega.
I don't even think that's the scaling at this case, but...
We'll see.
I
what
mean, we
happens.
built pretty high level, most of us.
I mean, yeah, but
We got some playtesting.
there's
But,
no it's like death is narrative in this case.
Anyway,
Well, yeah, kinda. If you go over your max trauma, you're written out of the story, and if it's physical, you probably died, but that does take some build-up.
Oh shit. Wait, is there trauma on these character sheets?
No, you'll probably need an arrow to track your stress and trauma.
Yeah.
But it may or may not matter. That's all on you. And technically, the way you're supposed to do it is that, I have a D8 physical trauma. I would literally pick up a D8 and set it to my character sheet and go, like, this is my physical trauma. It's very... The way this system is core built is it's very fiddly. There's a reason why Omega has a huge tub of dice. Gently shake it off, Mike.
Dice sounds.
What I was going to say before was, this is the part of the recording where usually I thank patrons, but some of them are sitting right here in the virtual table, and I don't know if that will be weird or not. So,
I mean, you can thank me anyways.
this is the collective playtest thank you for supporting us, so that you can listen to your own audio later.
And not feel bad about it.
All right. Let's see. I did want to start in res, but let's see. I want to just... Yeah, you know what? Let's apply the fucking adjustment. Let's just start. So, the scenario, which is my document, is called Fuyuki with me. Actually, since we are starting, I should let everybody know. The Doom Pool starts at 2d8s. The situation will be tense, but it is not very large. It's not like the whole cosmos is in danger yet. So no, I'm not starting out with 4d12s, even though technically, if this is roughly based on part 1, maybe that should apply at some point. It's a little
Maybe Solomon.
It wasn't really the cosmos that was in danger, it was just Earth.
I guess. Maybe it would only go as high as D10s or whatever. Anyway.
Depends if like Arc 2 was how you scale that,
But anyway, we're not here to talk about that. So, everybody is roughly familiar with the FGO plot, because that's why this community started.
Unless you skip the story like an animal.
I may be a lore nerd, just a little bit.
Yep.
Well, you also designed your own servant, too, so...
Yes.
From scratch. We had a couple of people do adaptations, but I believe Del said you wanted to go completely from scratch.
I had an idea.
That's fine. Alright, so you were all roughly familiar. Basically, the super high-level pitch is you all joined the Chaldea Security Organization, who are gonna somehow save the future past. That wasn't really clear, but they can, travel through time, kind of, and stuff. It's real cool. A lot of cool stuff in here, especially for magic cool stuff. Also, they have a budget of a small nation, so there's probably some paychecks involved.
Look, Luxembourg is sponsoring them. Really
as long as
powerful.
it's not cursed, it's better than nothing.
Yeah, so there's a lot of money and prestige. They have a UN backing, which is weird because they're also magic. Nobody's really questioned how that works, huh? Anyway, you guys are all master candidates for Chaldea, ready to ray shift and summon heroic spirits through the fate summoning system, which is all caps for some reason.
Because branding.
Yeah, and we'll summon servants to do stuff. Unfortunately, you guys all remember you assembled in the main hall, and you got in your ray shift pods, and then stuff got weird, and now all of you wake up or assume consciousness, lying on the ground, possibly in piles of rubble. And as you get up and you look around, you realize, on a scale of 1 to everything, well, it could be more on fire, you guess, but yeah, everything's kind of on fire. As you kind of pick yourselves up out of the ground, your little communication wristbands where you're supposed to be able to talk to Chaldea are kind of freaking out. You don't seem to be able to get a good connection. and the sky is pitch black, covered in smoke. Everything's on fire. You appear to be in a little courtyard of some kind of residence. Walls. Looks Japanese style. So now would be a good time to go around the table and everybody introduce your characters. You kind of wake up and pick yourselves up. Oh, God, being on fire.
Well, I'll volunteer to go first. I'm Card. I'm playing Marit Imtep, a former Atlas mage that got shipped to Chaldea. Long story there. Can go into it if anyone wants me to. He sort of looks around like, oh, okay. Anyone else here? Or did we all die?
Definitely be too sudden in this case. Marit in this case would be seeing the person standing amid all the fire who doesn't seem bothered by it in the slightest. He's wearing basically a dark purple exited version of the male battlesuit, and is just kind of shifting with his hair as he is assessing the entire situation.
The situation is currently on fire?
The fire's not bad, but that's just him.
Speaking of not bothered by the fire, you see a very tall, lanky, you assume woman, in a dark black trench coat, essentially. Very basic priest robes, in a dark black hat, with a look on her face that can only be described as intensely excited, as she's just staring at the burning buildings.
Of course,
if you look closer, you notice that everything from her neck down, except for her hands, seems to be covered in some kind of burn scar. She doesn't appear to notice anyone else, as she seems transfixed.
It's a burgeoning pyromania.
To clarify, I was sent here at the behest of the church to make sure that the mages didn't accidentally blow up reality or something.
Good luck with that one.
So, they really should have done that, though. They really should have.
Oh, they should have. But currently, your entire reality appears to be fire, Japanese architecture. So I don't know if that's that's 50% hell or if that's double hell. I don't know. I've only got Robin.
It's enough hell for me. I'm Robin. My master's name is Devram Swarzwilde Glaucus, because it can't get made enough in here. And he gets up from the ground, dusting off his basically nondescript clothes. The only thing that stands out about him is the revolver strapped to his hip. Desert Eagle. Standard model. And he just has this to say. He looks around and he's like, why can mages never build anything that works? Never happens in work.
I was wondering if he would say if we'd eat our last haw.
Nah. See, he's just a humble beast hunter. He doesn't know about all this shit, but it definitely never works.
What is he, the fastest in the West?
No.
Don't. Careful.
He's from Europe.
We don't know which servant card is going to summon yet.
He's
on the list.
Oh yeah, right. But
he's European, so I didn't have to try a cowboy accent.
Don't worry, he has to do all the accents.
Sela awakens. Kind of built. Tallish female, blonde hair. She is perturbed by all this nonsense. I don't like it. I don't like any of it.
Okay, so Mr. Gunslinger, Mr. Pyromancer, Mr. Priest, and Brawler.
Yeah. I should. My character's name, for clarification, is. Let me pull it up.
You can also. You might do Omega solid and post all your names in text form in the chat, so you can.
I'm gonna post the short version of my name because my name is Celeste Enrique de Alaman di Riggottsi.
Esteban Julio Ricardo Montoya de los Alvarez.
Not quite that insane.
Father O'Brien O'Malley O'Sullivan O'Connor O'Reilly, who is also Italian.
She would be to be fair, she would be Sister Celeste.
I know. I'm making a.
No, I know. Father. Oh, I thought it was a Father Ted reference.
No.
Well, it might be a Father Ted, but I got it from Helsing Abridged.
I think that is a Father Ted reference then.
They make a lot of references. Okay.
That is true.
Yes, those are 5 names. Correct. Good.
That's comedy.
So, anyone else remember exactly how we landed in this burning building? Also, Miss Priest, I've been telling you for a while. If you'll let me, I can treat those burn wounds.
No, mia filo. It is fine. These wounds are my penance.
Right. Just
They do
religious
not
thing.
bother me at all.
Right, it's a religious thing.
Right, don't bother with the church lady. They're never right in the head.
Well, that could be said about some clock tower mages as well, and some of my former colleagues at Atlas. But regardless,
I'm just saying, the church never dropped me in a burning hellscape. Yet.
I thought you said you weren't going to do an accent.
It's a good accent, though.
Your little wrist-bending communication devices, which are supposed to let you connect to Chaldea HQ, continue to make static noises and have blinky lights.
well, these things are on the fritz.
Command, we're here. We've landed. We've reached point. Command.
Can I check to see if local communications work?
Local communications, how?
Between us.
Oh, between you?
If I walk like 10 feet away.
Yeah,
and
sure.
everyone hear it.
Alright,
Okay,
you walk 10 feet away, you try and talk in your microphone. It's a little scritchy. You don't get good picture, because these are also holograms, but you can talk.
I'm gonna just try something. It's not gonna work, but I'm gonna try and pull out my cell phone and call Chaldea.
You get the full-blown no service.
Oh, fair enough.
I mean, the place is on fire. I don't think
I had to try.
So,
do we also even know what year it is? Like, we're supposed to be time traveling?
Well, no, you don't know what it is. So Devram steps over to a convenient pile of rubble. You think it was a house? Or maybe it's an outbuilding? Is it some kind of dojo? Perhaps of a tiger variety? You're not sure. As you're minding your own business, trying to make a local call, you hear some noises behind you in the pile of bricks and wood. And then, no shit, a skeleton comes out of the pile of rubble.
Never seen one of those before.
It makes the standard FGO monster shriek noise. They all do that. I don't know why. The budget only had one sound effect. So they all pop. One of them pops out, and then as you guys are, maybe you hear noises, or maybe Devram just says, "Well, never seen that before." Some more skeletons pop out. Just, I'd say 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 skeletons.
Huh.
I guess this is the welcoming party.
I draw and shoot. I ain't got time to be talking now.
Got a necromancer around here now.
Alright, and so for reference, though, because Devram did just do an action that basically starts a scene, there are 5 evil skeletons. They're mooks, so to beat them you just have to overcome their asset dice, basically. Which in this case I guess would be, I think it's their teamwork? Or is it just their master die? I can make it their master die. That's probably too easy though, it's just D4.
Then can I try something then?
So, no. The way that the declaring an action scene works, declare for everybody, is we start, it is definitely an action scene, you're being mobbed by skeletons armed with pipes and knives and other stuff. One of them may have a bow, I don't know, I haven't decided yet. But when an action scene happens, it's the first player who steps up and basically says they're doing a thing who goes first in the action sequence. So, because Devram's immediate response is just blam. He gets to go first.
It's his usual immediate response. It's a good response.
So, you're going to assemble a dice pool, so just, start down your line. Teamwork first.
Okay. Ooh, teamwork. That's not good.
Well, it's which one of your teamwork dice are you using? Are you lone wolf right now?
Am I lone wolf? Yeah, I would be, because I'm off by myself.
Yeah.
That's really good, actually. So D10, and then...
Wolf die. Do any of your distinctions apply?
Yeah, I got marksmanship.
Okay. You're going to add that as a good thing, I assume, and use it for a D8? Oh, actually, we should clarify. Everybody starts with 1 plot point. I don't know if you want to track that physically. I think I'm supposed to have, little glass beads, but that doesn't work, obviously, because of the virtual tabletop. But everybody's got 1.
So, poly D10, and my marksmanship is at a D10 as well.
Yeah. And then you have...
And then my gun is at a D6.
And also you can add your master die, because you are a person who exists.
Maybe. We don't know yet.
Ooh.
Okay, very middling rolls. Well, actually, that's actually pretty good, because you can make an 11 with your 5 and your 6, and then keep that D10 for an effect die, which will take out the skeleton if he does not block.
Yeah, I hit the dude closest to me.
Right.
Just want to drop that first, and I'll keep that D3.
So keep it effects. Hold on. I will now assemble the counter pool. This is a skeleton. There are some of them, so I'll just roll the roll. It'll be easier to fishing out my dice right now. I have a D8 for teamwork, His distinction is undead. You can use for another D8 because it's a skeleton. You're shooting him with a bullet, and then D4 master die. To try and beat an 11, the D10 effect die. Tie is a D4 rolled 4. That would be 11, but I believe in that case, is it actually? Hold on, I have to check my own rules. What does it say? Is it meat or is it seed? Targets respond. Try and exceed the roll. So, an 11 doesn't cut it, he needs 12. Well, okay, so you inflict a D10 physical stress. That skeleton explodes. Bones go everywhere. Some of them are evil.
How many are there?
Now, you can nominate who goes next. There are still 4 evil skeletons, and then your 4 party members. Now, you could just all go in order and all have you guys go, but then you cannot nominate somebody who's gone again until you've gone. Everybody is gone. Which means that if you all 5 of you total, I guess, go in a row, then only the skeletons can go, so they're just going to beat you up for, several turns in a row.
Can I
Nope.
take a shot?
Nope, that's not how this works. Though Robin can listen you say, can I go, and go if you've got something. But technically, the way the mechanic works is whoever went last nominates.
Personally, as a human, I know church guys are real good at moving fast and kicking gas. So, I definitely don't want our healer to be wasting his turn at any point. So, yeah, I'm gonna choose church people. They're great. They are good at killing.
Celeste.
I do have something for this. I would like to activate one of my burial rites.
All right.
Rite of, I believe these are undead, correct?
Very much so. That's literally one of their
distinctions. Okay, so rite of banishment, or rite of excitation, which is banishes and use the power of the church to banish unholy terrors such as demons, undead, or skeletons.
All right.
Oh, shit, we got a cleric with us. I thought we just had a priest.
I am a battle cleric, essentially.
All right. So
not so much healy, lots of killy.
Yeah. You're an exorcist.
Yes.
Possibly. Well, actually, in this case, literally. All right. So mechanically, how does this translate?
So basically, what this is I can attempt to make an attack on any amount of targets as long as it does not exceed 6, I believe. And these are all done with my black keys. So I need to draw and then fire. And whichever foes are pierced are hit with the right.
All right.
If
okay,
they
so
miss,
that sounds like
they
an area
are...
attack, so basically you should add
it's
a
an
D6
area...
and keep additional effect die for every target.
Yes, so how many D6 is that?
So that's 3 additional targets, because you get to target 1 normally.
Yes.
So add 3d6.
So 46?
Well, what's your base roll? So what's your teamwork?
Base roll for teamwork is...
we go in order down the line, basically. Start with teamwork. Are you...
So does teamwork apply even if it's not really what this situation is?
Well,
because the teamwork I have does not really fit here.
Well, no. So teamwork is what the dice is called. Team is one of the teamwork dice. You can lone wolf, pair, or team.
Yeah, I have pair.
Well, you have all of them.
Oh,
you should have all of them.
Oh, yeah, okay. I believe my teamwork is... Oh, that's not good. It's D6.
Well, okay. So the way the teamwork dice work, and I may find a better one for that mechanic, but it's because the team comes up, is you can decide whichever you're doing at any time, but you're required by what the last action is. So right now, what was Robin's character's name? Devram said that he was lone wolf. So until somebody else says that they're being a buddy with him or something, he can't accept support dice from anybody because he's lone wolf right now.
Oh, then I will...
so you can choose to be like, oh, well, you're setting up a combo. We're buddies now.
I will set up a combo then.
Okay. So
and I will go for paired, because that is what I have the D10 in.
Oh, perfect. I do too.
Well, remember it's mutual. If you try to turn a pair into a 3-pair, that becomes team.
Yeah, fair.
Pair is literally duos. The way this is phrased in Marvel was solo buddy team, but I thought lone wolf was cooler. So
I have a question.
Yeah.
I could say, if Dallas will allow it, and if his character will allow it, would because the man can probably see, oh wait, these are skeletons. You want to aim for this to sort of help tell where he wants to aim a shots at.
You can technically. However, Dallas is declaring an action where Celeste is being pair with another character, which means you could not.
Basically, what this would be doing, just in the sense of what I'm thinking here, is if anything survives, which they very well could, this will leave them distracted and make it easier for the next person to hit.
Okay, just wanted to get that out of the way right now.
No problem.
Yeah, this is why picking your teamwork matters, because some of you, I'm sure, will be better at lone wolf and buddy stuff, but that means that your allies cannot just be like, oh, we'll just have a die. Because if your action is to do a support action for another character, in most cases, if you don't want to give them an asset, you can literally just be like, oh, I'm going to use my magic expertise. Hey, you should punch the skeleton in the face. That's what's good. All right, have my die.
You should avoid putting me into a team situation.
Hey, it's just a d6. It's not that bad.
You're right, my d6 roll the best. Throw me a team every time.
Unlike the skeletons who have, because they're just mooks, their teamwork dice pool are lower, so their biggest is a d8 and their smallest is a d4.
So how many dice am I rolling for this? I'm rolling my d10 plus 4d6 or 3d6?
Okay, so again, the way you're supposed to build your die pool is basically run down the line. So we start at teamwork, your pair.
Yes.
Next, if any of your distinctions apply.
They do.
Okay, which one? What distinction are you going to use?
Which distinction am I going to use? Church Executor.
Okay, so add a d8. You can add a d4 for your master die, because again, you're a person doing a thing. And then you add any skills, tools, or mystic codes, which are, well, you add one skill which applies, and then one tool or mystic code which applies, unless you want to spend a plot point to include multiples. But you're also doing a special area stunt thing. So. Yes,
which is a d6 AoE, I believe.
Yeah.
If it's not a d6,
to the end.
So 46 plus 1d8 plus 1d10. Got it.
And 1d4, because you exist.
Oh, yeah. I keep forgetting I exist.
It's a hard thing, man.
It's a little weird because it's just the master die. Like when you roll your servant stat pools, you'll be like, well, clearly this is strength right now. But that was weird for people, so I was just like, master's just what we call the master die. It's the master die, it's the shittiest die. But if you were to fight something supernatural that didn't suck, unlike a skeleton, you could actually be like, hey, can I get a plot point? Because this is clearly a bad idea.
Right.
I punch the Berserker.
Wow. Oh, no, that's not too bad.
Oh, no, actually, you do have a 1 showing, so I can activate an opportunity. I will give you a plot point to add a d6 to my Doom Pool, and you cannot use that 1, so you can't use that d6 showing a 1.
Okay. So I have 2 PP.
Okay, so your best is a 10 with 2 of those d6s. 10 total.
Or
and then...
wouldn't it be 13? Wouldn't it be 13?
No, because you only keep 2 dice.
No, only keep 2, unless you
okay.
pay a plot point to keep an additional 1, in which case you can, but then you can't use those as effect dice.
No, I'll just keep the 10. That was pretty shit.
Okay, so you can use a d10, a d8, and one of your d6s as an effect die. And you can't use the one that rolled a 1, so that unfortunate skeleton only gets a d4. Oh gosh, now I gotta roll 4 pools because they've been area attacked. Okay. Well, luckily I'll roll the same thing every time.
We'll get Spooner if this is the goes.
I screwed up.
What's up?
I should have added another d8.
Roll it right now.
They are undead.
Oh yeah, Slayer.
Just add it.
Yeah, this has Undead Slayer.
Alright, drop it.
Yeah, just roll it. Roll poly d8. Just add it to the total. While I figure out what the heck I'm rolling to defend. Gotta do the poly first.
Yeah, no, I know. I'll get it.
Eventually, they'll spell it correctly.
Good old D8.
Alright, it didn't matter, but...
Well, it does mean you get another d8 to keep, so you don't have to do a d4 effect die. You can do... One of them gets a d10 physical stress, I assume.
Yes.
And then 2 of them get d8s and 1 of them gets a d6. So I'll do them in that order with the d10, etc. Okay, so they have a d8, because they're still a team. Now, unfortunately, being undead is a negative here, so I'm going to add a d4 to their pool, but I'm going to add another d6 to the Doom pool.
They all get a plot point. That's how that works.
Well, yeah, for me, I add a d6 to the Doom pool instead. So the Doom pool is currently 2d8 and 2d6, but it will be a lot of d6s by the time I'm done.
Is the Doom pool regardless of either side?
Yeah, the Doom pool is the general narrative tension. If you guys do really good, like in this case, the narrative tension is going to spike further later. But if I kick your ass usually by spending dice out of the Doom pool, the narrative tension goes down because you've just gotten your butt kicked. So it's supposed to be kind of a natural rise and fall. These guys are probably going to all die though because they only have a lot of d4s. So let's roll the first one. I'm trying to beat a 10. Nope. That's an 8 over 10, so that guy takes a d10 stress and dies. The other one's with d8 stress. Oh, actually, I should remind. I have an opportunity on that. If you wanted to spend a plot point to do an opportunity, you could, but you don't have to.
I don't really think we want to. Or I want to, at least.
7, so that guy takes a d8 physical stress. So he's not out, but now has a d8 physical stress.
And I did forget, as I begin throwing, I recite, Esse crussum domine fugate partes adversite, visit leo de tribu Juda rodix Davida e Sela.
Maybe not.
Alright. One of them
I have
explodes.
to. It's part of my things. I literally say a prayer.
7. Ow, that one rolled abysmally, so okay. That guy actually takes... That guy did so poorly, I believe. That's a 4 over 10. That guy actually takes that d6 you did and steps into d8. Because he sucked it so bad. So one of them just crumbles into ash, and the other 3 do not look good for skeletons. Several of their bits fall off, and they just kind of shudder and wiggle around slightly more. Distinction every time. So the total doom pool is now 5d6, 2d8. And that was your action. So Celeste, who do you want to go next?
Does anyone have something they want to do?
Yeah, I wanna see if I can do using all the fire in the area to make use of it.
Okay.
Actually, that is true. The scene currently has a distinction on fire. If you don't want to use any of your distinctions, you can use a scene distinction at the D8 instead. That's okay. Your own distinction worked.
But
It's also
anyway,
my bad. I didn't say there was a scene distinction.
Excellent. I will pass the buck to you.
Okay. So Aelius is going to manifest his Mystic Code, so he holds his hand up over the mark on his face and pulls out mercury and it forms with the flame of a flaming dagger.
He's incredibly extra, got it. I mean, compared to the first two, well, okay. Celeste was medium extra. Devram was definitely no extra.
I just shoot things, man.
Blam.
Alright, so in this case I'm in pair, so I'm going to do a d10. But I think I should say what I'm going to do.
Who?
I assume he is taking my pair.
Yeah.
Yeah,
I'm going with what she did.
We've gone back so that the Devram is now locked out, but that's okay. He was lone wolf. He doesn't care.
I'm fine with it.
So I'm going to use. He's going to use the the Corvin dagger of primordial fire. Yes, it has that. Yes, it's extra. To basically control the fire using his family crest of solar magic to control the fire and to make tendrils to basically rip apart the skeletons.
Okay.
Basically.
Do you have an AoE type effect?
No, so it's probably going to be one of them at a time.
Okay. Well, so the thing you can do is you can spend a plot point to keep an additional effect die and affect an additional target, but you don't get extra dice for this because you don't have the SFX, and you only have 1 plot point. So you might just want to do 1 at a time.
Yeah.
All 3 of them have a D8 physical stress, which is bad. So you get to, no matter who you target, you get to add that D8 in because you can turn their stress against them.
Okay. It's just because I want to actually try this out. So we're down the line now.
Yeah.
All right. So first, what I have is teamwork. So pair to D10. So I assume I also do I also keep mine, or do I use the one for someone else?
No, you use your pair D10.
Oh, okay.
You are in a pair. You're good at it.
Okay. I'm gonna use that. Then I have the distinction of raise through flames. So take that. The D8. I'm gonna take Solar Mastery, Magecraft Solar, and Dagger Mastery for another 2 D8s.
Okay.
And
so if you want to use 2 skills, because you can only use 1 in each box, you have to spend a plot point.
Oh, okay. Then I'll just use Magecraft Solar.
Yeah, that's fine.
And then I will use the dagger itself, which is a D8 as a Mystic Code.
And then don't forget their D8 physical stress.
Okay, so I think that will be 1d10
D8s.
and 5d8.
Do you have any other special effects which apply?
Also just me existing as a master.
Right, yeah, that's right. Don't forget your master die. You are a guy who exists. No matter what you roll, you will always be able to roll 1 teamwork die and 1 master die.
I'm not an animal. I'm a human.
If you ever can't roll that D4, you know there's a problem.
Yeah, somebody uses a complication or something to block you from using your master die. Just oh, I guess I don't exist.
I think that's how it worked.
Yeah, I think it's on your die. Okay.
Oh, Jesus.
You have an opportunity. I will give you a plot point to step up one of the D6s in my doom pool to a D8.
Alright.
Another plot point.
I'll need it later.
Use that die as an effect die.
Okay.
But I think your total is, your rest is 8 plus 7?
Yeah, so that'd be 15.
15.
And then I can
have... So you want to use one of the D8s as an effect die?
Yes.
Okay. Alright.
Or I could do 14 and just have the D10 as the effect die.
That doesn't really matter though. He's already D8 stress, so you don't need to try very hard. They're
Okay,
already
fair.
very beat up. Funny how skeletons don't react well to being exercised. Okay, so...
Almost like they're weak as shit undead.
Yeah, it's almost like they're basic bitch monsters, just designed to let you guys get a feel for the action system. They might be a little too weak, though. I don't think everybody will get a turn. Maybe.
I'm kind of happy that I think my partner actually has AoE effects, because otherwise it's like...
Well, yeah, that depends on what you're doing. Like, soloing servants, like if you're fighting like an archer or something who's all about 1v1 bodying you from a distance, but against enemies who summon allies, like, I don't know, theoretically, if you had like a rider or something who summoned a giant army, that would suck, wouldn't it?
Maybe.
Oh, no. That was incredibly specific.
That's not
I mean,
really, though. Lots of riders do that. is
I mean,
the
half the
problem.
writers do that, though.
Yeah, thinking about it, it actually is kind of not that specific anymore.
Because most writers are generals, or like leaders of nations.
Right, what am I doing? Dice
Or pirates.
There's
True.
still 3 of them left? Yes. So they can still be a team. They're not down to Buddy. Now they will be after this, though. Alright.
Yeah,
You're trying to use fire on them.
I
So
am
will
using
use-
my Magecraft Soldier to basically manifest the flames as
Right. Well,
like
you're trying to
should
burn them.
like
Okay.
rip them.
They will use their skeletal distinction as a positive, because they're bones already.
It was.
you know.
I don't know if it's complaining to say if like I wasn't trying to burn them, but like rip them apart using just tendrils of fire.
And in that case, then they're skeletal, so it's harder to rip.
Fair.
They're fluffing their bonuses, and they get their mastery die. None of their pipes or anything will be at all helpful. Nobody's actually trying to fight them in melee. We've
So
we've shot them, thrown shit at them, and are now using fire tentacles.
Well, it's-
Okay, I've got an
The thing is,
opportunity if you want to spend that. You probably
most
don't.
of my melee attacks involve me digging my nails into the skin, which they don't have.
Yes. Okay. So, wow. Okay, that sucks. They get a D4
Might be really
effect
good at
die,
fighting
and they get 13, I think. Good old college try, but not enough. Okay, that one explodes or is ripped apart. Actually, bones go everywhere. So there's 2 skeletons left, and then
Molto bene, mi filo.
who hasn't? Okay, so Card and Vespairr have not gone, and then 2 skeletons haven't gone. Who would you like to nominate to go next, Axe?
Sela, do you have a plan?
Yes.
Give it a shot.
Alright. My plan's to punch him.
I more
I
meant
know
like
you were
what
gonna
kind
say
of
that.
way you were going to
Good
like
plan.
drop the dust, but fair.
Time of shock.
Right. Just gonna reach in the pocket, pull out a little brass knuckle. It has those.
Yes, you have all your stuff that was on your person when you got in
Yeah.
your magic ray shift tube.
We pull our brass knuckles. Like you said, we can only use one master skill.
Yes, at a time, unless you want to spend a plot point.
And we only start out with 1 plot point, right? Unless we've
Correct.
already earned another.
That's why you can always use your distinctions in a bad way to farm for plot points, or just wait until you roll once and then it'll make it once dice is doable. So
She's gonna take a brass knuckle.
Yeah.
She's going to chant bulk reinforcement and just fucking punch a skeleton in the ribs. So that's Lone Wolf. So no, this is not the right channel.
No, make sure you're in the right channel. Don't do it lucky.
1d8, a d10 because I'm 2d4 because with my master die and the brass knuckle, 10 with my reinforcement. Missing anything or is
D4 for existing.
well yeah.
Yeah, got that already. Distinction.
Actually, I'll use this. Yeah, punch first, ask questions later because that's my plan.
Okay.
Just the punch.
And this in no way is bad for you. So you're using it for a D8.
And yeah, so that's it. Yeah.
So
Teamwork.
you got your teamwork, distinction, master die, tools, skill.
Yeah.
Okay. Yeah, I believe that's everything.
All right. Well, so I'll take.
Actually, no. They all have a D8 physical stress. So roll another D8 in there.
Oh.
They're badly hurt skelly-mans.
Oh,
Okay.
That's a 15.
it's a 15, and I can use a D8 as the stress. Yes.
Yeah.
Since I'm not using this, since I use the D10.
There are now only 2 of them.
I think they're boned.
So they're going to roll a D6 now, because they're a pair. They are undead, so they are somewhat resistant to being punched. Kind of. You have to make sure to punch the important bit. They exist, and this one does have a pipe for another D4 it will try and block. That's not a great roll.
It's not.
Your curse follows you everywhere.
So that's a big old fat 5. So that means you're actually... So you would do it... It doesn't matter because they're already stressed out because they're mooks, but in a real fight, that would be 10 over. You would step up your effect die twice, so technically you do a D12 stress. Yeah, you just fucking sure you can punch. The skeleton evaporates. Like, just his little foot bones are left on the ground.
I just kind of like just blow off the dust on my knuckle.
Molto bene, mia figlia.
Alright, who would you like to nominate to go next? There is one skeleton and one card.
We'll nominate card. We'll finish him off.
Oh, lovely. So the non-combat guy then he's like,
Yeah.
Just pick
Take him out.
a gun up or something.
Take
But
a
you
look.
don't have one.
What gun?
I mean, at this point, I think you might be able to take it out with a rock.
Just body slam the skeleton with his D8 physical stress.
You got a Mystic Coat on?
Well, okay, I'm gonna do something kind of stupid. He walks up there and just takes it like his bag of medical supplies, just knocks the guy over the head.
Alright, that works.
Okay, yeah.
Not what you. I'm sure that's not what you envisioned when you wrote that on your character sheet, but sure, whatever works.
Okay,
It should be magic, so it should be
Well,
like
that's what like a
resistance.
D10 because of how heavy that backpack is, right?
No, I think it's only like a D6, but still.
It's only a D6.
Yeah,
but-
no, I was.
So,
This
teamwork.
unfortunately
Definitely just watching, hoping that stuff is still good.
unfortunately, will I be able to pair because of the distraction Sela made?
Yeah, you guys can just chain pairs. Nobody's actually
Okay.
supporting each other, so it's not a big deal.
Okay, so
This may get clusterfucky later.
yeah,
We'll have to keep track of this somehow.
Don't worry, it's in
Mhm.
Omega's mind. He knows who's pairing up with what. The beauty of pair chaining means that basically everybody who went previously is fucked. Like, if it came up now, it would be like, well, so Sela and Imtep are a pair. Everybody else, hope you like your lone wolf dice.
okay, let's see. So it'd be 1d8 because
We can only have one pair.
Well, at a time. Because
Yeah.
pair is, literally pair is two-man
Well,
teamwork.
but
Yeah.
we
If I wanted to
We
pair
can't
up with
do?
if I wanted to pair up with you, Vespairr, right now, because no wait, you're a lone wolf. But if I wanted to pair up with Dallas, I could do it. But then we'd be a team until someone decides to lone wolf.
Yeah, basically. You're a pair until you guys change. Now, you can change per action. So theoretically, if I attack one of you, you can be like, I'm no longer in a pair, I'm lone wolf.
Well, I'm more confused about. So we can't have two separate pairs going on. It makes us.
Oh,
a
well,
team?
you can, yeah. But I think the thing is that
Okay.
nobody is actually separate pairing. It's just every
We
time
did.
you pick a pair dice,
We
you
separate
break the
paired.
previous pair.
We could have
Axe
two pairs in the
me and
solo.
Axe paired, and you and now
Card
Celeste.
and
Card,
Yeah, it doesn't be a pair up.
it's just Robin who's out there.
good.
That works.
Okay, so it's going to be D8 because of the pair, a D6 because using the field med kit, like it's an improvised weapon. I'm also going to use a master skill of knowledge of the human body just so that I know where's the best place to crack this guy over the head.
Correct, you're going to Nightingale him.
the whole bed.
It is
Yep.
humanoid.
And then the D4 for because I am human. So let's see how this goes. Ooh. Oh well, at least I could turn that into a plot point and give Omega an extra dice for later.
Yes,
Something
I will
gonna kick our
actually.
ass.
I'll upgrade one of my d6s to 8, but yes, you have.
Well, that's a 14 with a D6. That's not bad.
Well, yeah.
Yeah.
So
You can make it 11.
remember the rule is if you inflict stress that is lower than somebody already has, it steps up their stress once. Since these guys go out at stress D10 because their largest team die is D8s. He's dead. He's dead, Jim. Well, as soon as I roll a response, so you're going to use the 6 and the 8.
Yep.
And then a D6 effect die. So okay, Polly. He is now a man, a skeleton, alone for a D4. He is undead though, so physical injuries aren't meant to stop him.
Unless you just fucking.
I mean,
punch
blood
them hard
force usually
enough.
works against the bones.
Well, yeah, you guys are completely reducing them to nothing. Technically, I think is how this is working. You are
They're
making
fading
melee
away like
attacks,
the
and he does
animation.
this one has a knife for a D6 roll. No, it's not going to work. It's not going to work. That's a 6. That's a big 6 with 2
Doom
ones.
bolts
If you
would be
wanted,
huge
if you guys
by
wanted
then.
to use opportunities. Oh boy.
I-
Okay. What's up?
I don't want to murder the poor skeleton too hard.
He's very dead. All right. You just go for that fucking baseball double hand swing at your bag and just pong, and that skull just flies off past all the other party members, over the wall, over another wall, and somewhere out into the neighborhood.
You just see Sela, like, looking at it, just whistling. It's like a little, like, low whistle or whatever it is. I don't know what it's called.
You see a faint star flash in the distance.
Huh.
In the distance.
Guess I don't know my own strength sometimes.
Claps into the pile of bones.
Still, this was some necromancy.
Yes, I wonder, what is it creating these?
They appear to be skeletons of some evil variety. Actually, what is the fluff description on an evil bone?
Don't usually skeletons have a creator?
I doubt there's a necromancer, because I doubt a pyromancer would actually want to work with them.
Could I roll sort of my Makecraft necromancy to sort of know about the different types of undead that could be raised by necromancy and what these
you could. I will warn you, that is a generic do stuff roll in downtime. That's versus the current Doom pool, which is 4d8 and 3d6. So
yeah, I think
you could try, but the narrative may stop you until I get a chance to spend some of these dice.
So,
he would try just because it's like because he does know this stuff. He's not going to explain why he knows this stuff, but he does know this stuff.
The evil bone fluff description is ominous bones.
I was about to say that. I pulled it up to say that as I was waiting for Card to finish talking. It's just very generic.
It is base game FGO.
It is very not helpful.
Yeah, that's a solid 50-50. Okay, well, actually, you would assemble your whole pool.
Yeah, no. Oh, wait, sorry.
Yeah, because you get to do your distinctions and teamwork and all that stuff.
Yeah, sorry.
I doubt I can assist him.
Oh, sure, you can.
Second.
You want to make it pairs? Are either of you good at pairs?
I am the best at pairs.
Oh, okay. What's up?
My best is actually.
Weren't we supposed to be with Mash? Do we know where she is?
No. I was gonna get to that in a second.
Yes, the purple-haired Fila. Where is she gone?
She was the commander. Cards rolling dice. We'll settle this roll first.
Well, yeah.
She's much too young to be alone.
I would like to do a thing, but I will wait for them to finish.
Let's see. Probably gonna do this alone because none of them actually know I'm an necromancer. Just
that's
know
fair.
me as
you can choose to deny support by saying, "Nah, I'm lone wolf right now."
Yeah. Let's see.
Wait, hold on. Fate lore question, because I can honestly not remember. Omega, is necromancy illegal?
Not if you're a mage.
Okay, so
because Shishigo.
Oh wow!
Okay. All right. I'm not going to activate all those opportunities, but I might want to put some spicy dice in my pool. Hold on. Let me roll what I got.
Nice.
I got 2 ones I can't use. By the way, that means literally you can't use any of those dice, because they're all ones.
I know.
For those of you who aren't watching, Card rolled 3 ones.
Literally.
Derek forgets his own name.
No, Card, during the specific day they were covering skeletons, you were out that day.
Yes.
It's like,
yeah, so I rolled a 7 and a 6 on a couple of my d8s in here, so no. You're like, man, there's a lot of ways they can make skeletons. There's just so many ways you can make a skeleton. You're pretty sure it's
cursed. I didn't know curses could make these.
You're pretty sure it's a curse, but that's just in the Magecraft world. A curse is really generic.
You're pretty sure it's an ominous bone wielding curse.
He's like,
there you go. You read the FGO fluff description. It's an ominous bone wielding curses.
He reaches into his bag, looks for a note, like, and I'm gonna pick up on skeleton. Okay. No idea. Could be 8.
Why are there just random grenades?
Turn. I will give you 2 plot points. Activate 2 of those opportunities to upgrade 2 of my d6s to d8s. So
oh my god. The first server that's going to attack us is going to kick our ass so hard.
I might have... No, wait, there's another d8. Good job, me. Okay, the Doom pool is currently 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 d8s, 1 d6.
That's a lot.
It's very doomy.
So what I wanted to do was I wanted to look around before you did that to just get a scope of the surroundings and see if anything's going on.
I have the scope.
Okay, you can do that without making a roll. That's not necessarily
see what the area was like.
Narrative interference there. All right. So how are you looking around? You're kind of in like a walled house compound. Are you gonna like go down the steps onto the street?
No, I'm gonna go to a high point.
All right.
Exactly that. And
okay,
I'm gonna
so
use
you kinda,
I have
get a
keen
boost
eyes.
and hop up on a wall.
Yeah.
You look over into the next yard. You see a shitload of skeletons.
Define shitload.
Dozens. Wielding swords and bows and knives and stuff. Don't ask me where they get the bows. They just have bows. I don't know.
Well, if there's doggers around, there's bows. It's Japan. That's how that works.
It
right?
also could just be magically summoned.
Yeah,
Ooh, and I
who
just
knows?
fired a firearm. In addition to all the other loud stuff.
That you did.
Zombie rules. So, yeah, you see many skeletons. They clack at you angrily.
Oh, do you see me?
Yeah, they rustle their bones at you.
How many
You
is
should let me
there?
down.
Lots.
A number you should avoid it.
Is it more than
Narratively significant. It's definitely more than 6.
Is it more than 300?
No, we're looking at probably the dozens, or
Alright,
8 dozen, or a couple dozen.
I could take it.
Let's just do somewhere else.
I think
Okay.
our
I
first priority
recommend
should...
you leave because
Well, yeah,
I
get away
tell you
from
guys
that.
about all the skeletons.
I am concerned with the whereabouts of Miafila.
Alright, so
Alright,
you
Team
guys
D,
are
I
relocate.
think-
do our first goal.
I think our number one priority should be finding a fucking ley line.
Exactly.
What's
Alright.
that?
No, what?
Facepalm.
It-
Double facepalm.
It's
Once again, not a mage.
No,
okay. It's such. It's
the church taught you basic magecraft.
We need to lay on to
Feel
summon,
things harder.
summon our servants. That's the big problem right here.
We have to, yes, because our connection's broken, we have to establish creation of command. And then we have to
yes, I
roll
believe
our
I
spells.
believe I have something of this. I pull out a note.
It's a
Yes.
pamphlet.
Devram's just sitting over there. I thought slavery was allowed. What's going on here?
There's instructions on how to summon a servant, written by some
Yodo
count.
Kobe Shon.
You hear scrabbly, scratchy skeleton noises behind you.
Oh yeah, let's run. I run. I begin
Alright.
to wall run.
Out onto the
I would-
street, or are you guys just gonna hop the fence like it's for
I'm
hot
going to
fuzz?
climb a
Before-
building.
Before we start running, can I cast silence magic on us to make us quieter when we run?
Yeah, sure.
Well, if you're
You
gonna
want to
do
guide
that,
us? As you like
So-
to.
'Cause that's what I
real
do.
quick, Omega.
What's up?
So are we like fenced in? Is it like a gate or something?
Yeah. Hey, spoilers! You're in the Emiya household. You have walls.
Oh,
Some of
okay.
them might be collapsed, so you could
Well,
like
like,
hop a
if-
wall over to the next yard because I'm sure there are neighbors.
Oh, it's like
Well,
the Fuyuki
what I
one.
was gonna do is if there was I was just gonna like try to break a door down if we were trapped in a room, or if you're trapped in like a fence or
We're in the courtyard.
Yeah, you could
so-
You could also just break down a wall. That works too.
a wall or a fence or whatever. However this works.
That is fine. The narrative does not care. You can just punch down a wall.
Yeah, like if you're
good
silencing
at
us, I can just do that. Hopefully without.
I will say that as the
learning
group is
about it.
running in a direction, Aelius is using his fire as like his solar magecraft to basically just move the fire in front of their path behind them, so like you would follow them.
You all do
let
something
me
so
grab
you
my
can get
dice
away.
for this.
That's fine.
I'm
And I
just very
step
sneaky.
up that.
All right.
Oh,
like it makes sense as they said back on the ground. Having taking track was a bad idea. Show them what they do.
this is fun for you, Omega. 2 1s.
Oh, well,
And
it's
then
okay.
I
You
got a
didn't have to
4
roll.
Oh, okay.
That's
Good.
it. I'm saying the Doompool does not care. The skeletons are a narrative device.
All right.
So
Yeah,
you
yeah.
flee from the spooky, scary skeletons silently by punching walls and making fire go behind you. And you guys kind of go into the next yard and then maybe out into the street a little bit. And you're trying to get your bearings, trying to find a street sign. And then
I'm trying to climb a high building.
All right. It's probably better to climb like a light pole or something, but you can climb some buildings. Climb on a roof.
Well, I need somewhere I can get a vantage point from.
So you're looking out around and you guys are just kind of wandering around trying to find your bearings, and just there's a whole bunch of skeletons that kind of shuffle around a corner in front of you. But before anybody needs to go, oh shit, we're skeletons, you kind of hear footsteps and just well, it looks like Mash, but now she's wearing armor and has a giant shield. That's weird. Anyway, she just bodies like 5 skeletons with her giant shield. Lots of clang noises. Clonk.
They remember Matt having armor?
Damn madman.
So we'll just squeeze.
Devram would like to call out Founder. He
there
takes
you
all
are.
credit for.
She just
I will,
right up to you.
I will run over and grab her in a motherly hug. You're safe.
Miss Celeste, please come down. Yes. She kind of breaks the hug and kind of stands
I
at
break
attention.
the hug.
Okay. Are you sure by break the hug you don't mean you extra hug? Mash is destroyed. She takes 2d10 hug damage.
She's now turned into real Nash.
after your hugging and patting and whatever, your salutations, Mash takes a step back and kind of
Our fake friend comedy moment.
And says, Demi-servant Mash Kiri-Light reporting for duty.
Oh no.
I have several questions.
What's a demi-servant?
For the Megas here, do we know what demi-servants are?
You would be familiar with the concept of... I'm not really sure 100% what the difference... It's not a pseudo where the servant possesses the body. It's more like a heroic spirit is just...
Yeah.
She has a core on the body and
energy.
the thing is not there.
Yeah, so she has the abilities of a heroic spirit, but is not...
She has a human body, right?
Yeah.
So she's not a homunculus.
No. It's one of Mash's distinctions, actually, in the game.
It's the opposite of a pseudo-servant possessing... using a body.
Yeah, that's right. It's a
servant.
human using a servant's powers, which normally would cause you to explode or something.
Yeah, she's a background super maid.
But she is a designer baby, so in exchange for... Not that you guys would know this, because that definitely wouldn't have come up, but in exchange for only living to be like 18 or whatever, or not even sometimes, Mash can actually tap into a servant's powers without exploding. But yeah.
Is her entire body like circuits, I think, or something?
She's got a very good magic serpent competition. Anyway, we don't need to talk about that more, but yeah, she's basically like, I guess everybody's ray shift was successful since we were all here. And then as you're kind of talking, all of your communicators, for some reason, now that Mash is here, kind of stop fritzing out, and they boop boop. Ah, there you all are. Hello, it is your favorite servant, Leonardo da Vinci. Chan. Is everybody alive down there?
I think so, unless there are more sent. I don't remember how many there were.
Where's the
I'm pretty sure the skeleton
Why are
are
you
dead.
command?
The director had to step away. There's a lot of things going on up here.
How bad is it?
The command room could be more on fire.
Oh, so everything's on fire. Lovely.
In the distance, you hear extinguisher sounds.
I have a question. Is it
Who
supposed to
betrayed
be
us?
on fire?
What was that, Dallas?
Is it supposed to be on fire?
No, it's definitely not supposed to work that way.
Oh, then that's bad. Got it.
But Sheba is now functioning. We can observe you. You are currently in a micro-singularity in the Japanese town of Fuyuki in the year 2004.
That sounds familiar.
Japan?
For some reason.
Correct.
You're
getting a strong magical response. You hear a sound like Da Vinci is tapping on a screen or something. Doot, doot. Like just tink tink. We're getting a strong magical response, which may indicate a holy grail in the era, which may be causing whatever it is you're seeing. Can you actually hold up so I can see?
The fire and the undead. That
Aelius holds his arm up with his communicator and stuff.
Says Marie, just so they get two different viewpoints.
Da Vinci's hologram kind of pops up and she scratches her chin. According to Chaldea's records, Fuyuki is not supposed to be on fire right now. She talks to somebody off screen. Are you sure this is right? Yeah, it's definitely right. It's definitely 2004. Well, we've reestablished communications. That's good. Everybody should locate a ley line with Mash's assistance so you can summon your servants and solve the mystery of the Holy Grail, I guess. Is that what we're supposed to do? That sounds like a thing.
Hopefully not to complicate things, but who betrayed us? As also the moment is everyone just could look at him and be like, "That's the first thing you ask."
Yeah, it's
but it's
investigations in Chaldea are ongoing. We'll be sure to let you know as soon as you resolve the singularity, and we can actually let you out of your ray shift coffins. Don't worry about that.
Wait.
It's fine.
Are you saying this wasn't supposed to happen?
Perfect.
Signora Da Vinci, may I have a casualty report?
Well, let's see. How many master candidates were there supposed to be?
I think there were 30 or 40 or something like that.
It was 150, I thought.
There was
48. So there's 5 of you. So that would be 42?
Yeah, 42 if we're counting Mash as one. There's user servant. I don't know if she counts.
No. But so
it was Team A.
42 serious injuries. We may have had to boot all of the emergency life support functions on their coffins. They'll be perfectly fine, probably. Dr. Roman is currently reviewing their medical situation. It is interesting. All of you appear to be perfectly fine inside your ray shift coffins and ray shifted successfully.
Divine providence, no doubt.
Sure, let's go.
It must be not good for the doctor when his assistant is with us right now.
I think he has that the other way around there, Mr. Mr. Pyromancer.
I'm going to ask the question that nobody else is. Where's the director?
Director is not available right now.
Wasn't she a reshifting witness?
The director is not available right
The
now.
director was not. Are you kidding? Are you crazy? The director doesn't do magic well. She does magic.
The director has
the
awful
magic
compatibility as a master. It is true.
She would never come with us. Weren't you paying attention? Come on.
You don't know how
Honestly,
servants work. You know
She
that.
was
Currently
too
been-
adorable. She was too adorable. I didn't pay attention to most of what she said.
Vinci kind of pauses and again scratches her chin and says, "What's the least morale-breaking way to phrase this? The director is currently indisposed. I believe by chain of command that makes Dr. Roman acting director, but he's very busy being medical director. So I guess Da Vinci is now acting director?
If the doctor's technically acting directing, does that mean half the staff is gone?
Well, actually, it's supposed to fall to medical after only a few, but it's really complicated, okay? Da Vinci doesn't have time to explain it to you. You guys should be more worried about the skeletons
Yeah.
in the fire.
Yeah, it's like
Yes,
very
I-
much-
I haven't meant anything to me.
we need to. Yeah, the fire is nice. I could do with a lot less heresy.
One of the
where's
skeleton
storyline?
skulls and mash brokes just kind of like rolls by your foot and kind of
Oh, if it's near me, I will crush it.
sure. Dramatic.
I've just been talking with Match about how to the best way to track down the ley line as this has happened. So
Okay.
it's just
Fair.
I don't know. Sorry, I'm not helpful with that. I have no idea what a ley line is.
No, it's fine. You can figure one out. Let's see, where would even? Da Vinci will probably kind of talk about. Well, she'll give you some heads up, which is first off that according to their instrumentation, they're not close to you, but we're seeing responses from multiple heroic spirits in the area.
Oh.
There may be enemy servants,
and
or they
we're
could be
sitting ducks
wanderers
until we get
summoned by the Grail.
servants.
Yeah.
Are we having another Grail War situation? What? How's that
This would
possible?
definitely be some sort of Holy Grail war. Yes, probably. This isn't how it's supposed to go.
Didn't everyone die when that happened?
Look,
Yeah, will we actually know that Fuyuki is where the Grail War is held, or is that secret knowledge? Because I know people know what the Grail War is.
Well, here's the thing. If you
Well,
have
this could
heard
be
of
the
a
Grail
Grail
War that
War,
people
you
forgot
would
about.
know that Fuyuki is the Terrigy for it. But
So
most people
anyone in
think
the
that the
clock
Grail
tower
War is
probably has.
nonsense. So
Yeah.
the Clock Tower guys, you might remember vaguely. Oh yeah, that's a thing, isn't it? Isn't that a thing? They tried to do it in Fuyuki.
Oh, I would definitely know it's a thing.
Well, yeah.
My,
As the executor,
my-
you would know because
my agent's my agency's in charge of running it.
yeah, the war families had to invite the church to make it work because otherwise,
This doesn't make
well,
any
technically in the
sense.
FGO canon, I don't know if they would have had the test wars where everybody fucking died. But
no,
yeah.
that was specifically the first Grail War. I will say this does not make any sense with the timeline, though. For what I remember, the Grail War was not this explosive, and was over very quickly.
Yes, something appears to have gone wrong. It's probably why it's a singularity.
Is this our community?
You should attempt to. Well, first you need to summon your heroic spirits. That's number one. It's in my notebook. Da Vinci holds up a notebook. Number one, summon heroic spirits. Number two, find that holy grail and secure it for Chaldea. Number 2A, if there's a servant summoned by the enemy grail, or if they're just wandering and they get in their way, you should kick their butts.
right.
I always wanted
I like
to cut
that.
an
And then
anacore.
fix
like
the
that last
timeline.
step.
Come back.
So do I have your permission to fight?
Well, yes, everybody should have permission to fight. If you encounter
I'm not
the enemy.
supposed I'm not supposed to set people on fire. My boss told me not to anymore.
Well, you
Are
know, despite being one, you
skeletons
could argue that,
people?
that servants aren't people anymore. They are technically dead already.
Now
They're
I'm
Akashic.
what
They're
By the way, canonically, Da Vinci is chaotic good. Somehow.
I'm starting to understand why they're
I mean, historically they
you
were.
guys.
Anyways, the
Genius
banner's
is
fun
fun.
and all, but we really should be
Yes,
finding
we
a way
should,
around.
So,
Yeah.
there's a couple of areas near you. The one that's probably got the best response would be, probably this ruined school over there. Da Vinci kind of points in your camera view. You see, hey, on the top of a hill, there's what looks like a school building, only it's slightly on fire. Only slightly.
Oh, that's gotta be our best bet, huh?
We should
That or go
probably
back
make-
the way you came. I think there might be some convergences that-ish way back in the residential area. But
Yeah,
I'm
we're not
sensing
going
that
that
there's a
way.
servant response in that neighborhood.
No. I think the school is our best bet. However, I think we should scout the area before we go in case we run into any more of the horde.
I can always go ahead.
That's we're running.
If you are good at the stealthy, I think that would be our best bets.
I
Yeah.
absolutely would love to run up ahead of everyone.
I'm just no offense, guys, but no offense, everyone. I'm gonna stick with Mash. It's just because I want something 30 between me and those, and pardon my language, but undead bastards.
That is a fair. You are our
And-
healer.
That is right.
And if anything
Nice
shows
hearing
up
that
for you
here.
guys-
I am Shielder.
If anything shows
Oh,
up for
that's
you
how it's
guys, I
supposed
can
to.
support you from over there.
Yes, we will have you on comm.
Alright,
Yes. Communications appear to have stabilized, says Da Vinci.
just
It is definitely
try
supposed to
limbs.
work like that.
All right.
There's a little static here. Supposed to do that? Da Vinci will fix. Da Vinci fix.
Da Vinci Fix.
Da Vinci apparently is now poking your communication system.
I just go ahead and cast my whisper magic and head off
Alright.
towards the field, being shifty and stuff.
Okay. You
As
sneak
I
off
do.
towards the school. You arrive. It is a school. There's a sign somewhere that says in Japanese that you probably can't read. I believe. Actually, is it just Fuyuki High? Or is it something weird? I can't remember right off the top of my
Does
head.
it really matter right now?
I don't
No,
speak ignorance.
Fuyuki Academy.
It is some sort of incomprehensible moon language.
This is
I believe this is Elven.
Yes,
Wait,
of course,
wait.
the aliens were here.
I should
Anyway.
speak friend and enter. Doesn't matter. The school gate has definitely been exploded.
Meloch.
I peek over the gate, look around.
All right. There does not appear to be anybody around. You don't see any shambling corpses. You don't see any regular corpses. Some of the buildings look a little blown up, but you're not really sure how that happened. But other than just there's some craters in like the track and field area, some holes in the buildings. One of the
All right,
roofs is
I'd like-
partially collapsed.
I like to check with Da Vinci that there were no servant readings in the area, and then call everyone up.
All right. So Da Vinci will report back that there's none in your immediate area.
All right, you guys are free to come.
Okay. If we have the all clear, I'll start heading over there.
All right.
Alright.
As Mosh starts to go, Aelius just gives like a slight half curtsy to her. It's like, at your service, Miss Carolite.
Thank you, but I'm at your service.
Oh.
Very, very, very prim and proper. Now that she has tall armor heels, it's a little weird.
alright.
I assume I'm still
Right,
powering
right, right.
over her.
Probably. Smash still isn't very tall, even in servant mode.
I'm also 6'7".
Yeah, you're huge.
None of them.
I
all of the
believe you're
FGO females
larger
are
than
really
her
tiny.
shield, which is saying something.
Yes. I'm also built like a scarecrow, though, so...
So you're clearly the Harry Dresden of the team.
True.
I
Yeah.
could play basketball, but I'm skinny. All right. So, just for dramatic sake, the most convenient place for Mash to set up her shield and activate the ley line in a summoning circle so you guys can get supplies and summon servants is probably on the rooftop overlooking Fuyuki City, which is on fire. It's not universally on fire, and in fact, where you're standing, you kind of look around, you can see a variety of things. First off, some distance away, somewhere, kind of in the maybe close to the downtown. This is just a giant crater. Like, just everything in that zone is just gone. That's weird. Kind of just out there in the middle of nowhere is a big explosion. You're pretty sure there's supposed to be a mountain here, but that appears to have been mostly blown up. So that's not
Oh.
good.
Seeing a pattern here.
And the bridge is still there, though.
Ship right
Nothing
through
happened to the bridge yet.
Uh,
So there's a big bridge.
with
you
all
can
the
see the
wanton
port.
destruction, that's bad.
You can see the port in the distance. There's a lot of forest around Fuyuki, or there used to be. Now it is mostly burned up skeletons of trees. Hopefully they too do not rise from the
Mostly-
grave.
Oh,
That would be awkward.
Uh,
Yeah, and just you can't see the stars or the moon or the sun. You don't know if it's day or night.
How tall is the Fuyuki school roof?
I think it's like three or four stories, but I believe it's up on a hill.
Okay, good. Then I am going to do something while they're figuring out all that ley line business.
Okay.
Because I have an ability that is useful here.
Oh, which one is this?
It is basically just I'm going to be searching for large magical signatures,
Okay, that sounds
particularly
like
of the evil, particularly of the evil variety.
Oh, okay.
It
All
is
right.
it is literally written out as "Seek the Wicked."
Okay, so you'll be rolling this versus the Doom Pool to see if you get any cosmic interference, but assemble your pool for that. This will be your
Alright, so
downtime
this
action.
would be me. This would be Lone Wolf, so that's a D8. And then this would be occult knowledge, I believe.
Sounds about right.
Okay, so 1d8, 1d10, 1d...
If you have plot points, you can always spend one plot point to just add a d6. That's called a push die. if you can tie it to, if you say you're doing something cool, which, I mean, describing your whole thing could be, you can up that to a D8.
Oh, I am going to use one of my distinctions.
Okay, don't forget to do that too.
Yes.
But yeah, you can spend a plot point to just add an extra die. If you have no idea what it does, it's a push die. It has a D6.
Would this fit into Enemy of Magi? Because
Probably.
I'm literally hunting mages.
Yeah, something like that.
Okay. Sorry, I'm a witch hunter.
No, we understand.
Aelius knew that from the get-go and is always...
I only
that.
kill bad people. Mostly.
That's subjective.
I only kill people who the church tells me to kill.
Still subjective.
So not bad people at all.
That's not subjective.
I mean, more of, like, their judgment. But...
Yes. I'm only following orders.
That's the more scary kind.
Oh my god!
Wow, okay.
You want to use some real boy dice?
This is bad.
Yeah, I'm using real dice.
Because my Doom Pool is real dice, so... But, okay, so that's
I'll be back in a
a
second.
4. Oh, and I don't roll bad with physical dice. I've got a 7 and an 8 showing.
So I assume I just get too much magical interference.
Yeah, there's just, if according to your, at least from this attempt to sense it out, according to your senses, there's approximately a 360-degree area of evil. Just everything except those guys back there, for the most part, is super evil right now. It's like somebody just dunked this whole town in curses.
So, if this is the downtime, since we have 3 people, probably all 3 of us working on preventing leyline, can I'm double checking, I'm reading it, I can make a tool, during the downtime? Yeah. And it's 1 step down of the die that's...
Yeah, it's the step down from the skill you're using to make it.
So, just for lore sense, I want to strengthen my brass knuckle for, so it's not a fucking D4. So it would become a D8 with the reinforcement magecraft instead of the D10?
Yeah.
Okay.
You can spend a plot point to do that, and then you just have that now. Good job.
Alright.
Okay.
Can I whip out a magnifying glass? Not the magnifying glass, the binoculars.
Yeah, sure. What you looking with your binoculars?
I'm just looking around.
Alright.
Just trying to check the crater specifically. That looks real bad.
The crater appears very empty, but also very exploded. Like, it's very smooth. It's weird. That's not usually what explosions look like. You're gonna guess it is, as someone once told you, it involved some wooge.
Ooh, that's not good.
That's a very woogey crater. Shout out to my boy Lucky, inventor of wooge.
Wooge.
Okay. Alright, so now the ley line is established. 1, Chaldea can send you supplies. They send you some water bottles. It's very hot here.
I would imagine if it's just on fire.
Yeah, it's well, especially because you have a magecraft mage specializing in fire with you. The fire is definitely not natural at this point. Fire just doesn't just decide to stay on fire on a building. Like, it spreads or it goes out. It's just, for some reason, the city is on fire. That's just how it is now. It's probably why your exorcist friend is just getting a general signal of evil from the place. Okay, access connection being weird. Everybody else hear me okay?
Yes,
Yeah.
I can hear you.
The fire is
got
evil.
Yes, probably. Or at the very least, the fire is sourced from some sort of evil curse or something. I know, that's probably going to shatter your entire worldview there, Chief.
Fire can't be evil.
But what if fire is made by evil people? If fucking Satan showed up and he threw a match, you know.
Note to self.
The fire's just taking orders, though. Fire didn't do anything wrong.
But is it a satanic match?
Find a way to kill fire.
That's called water. My priest friend called
Well,
water.
that's extinguishing it. I mean, kill it.
So you're gonna need to develop some mystic eyes. Then you can kill fire.
Mm-hmm. I was like, well, I've always wanted to try to transplant mystic eyes into somebody. We can always try that when we get back.
You just need to find somebody with the mystic eyes.
Don't you need mystic eyes to transplant them?
I
That's
can
just weird.
probably find some. Hey, so it depends if the body were just in the first place, then I have to reimplant the old ones. But that's a long process that we don't need to get into right now.
Axe is back. Axe, can you hear everybody okay? Still typing. It's not still being weird. Very awkward. This is the scene where I kind of need everybody here. Okay. All right. Well, we'll go through the lines. The ley line is established. Who wishes to summon their servants first?
All right, let's just get mine out of the way. That way we can actually do rolling for my guy.
And Card can figure out what the hell to do while we summon our other servant.
You can get the dots.
Also, yes, I do have some summoning lines prepared because I just wanted this to be extra as hell.
Oh, I also do.
Well, go for it. You're up first to summon.
Those who came before and those who follow after, known during life, but made into legends upon death. While our hands are stained, we must continue to protect. I call out to you from beyond the veil of time. Come forth! I summon you!
Alright, there's a big, sparkly, spinny flash, because apparently the gotcha thing is canon. And then a figure kind of appears, a little tall, slick back hair, wearing a coat, smoking a pipe, and he says, pleasure to meet you. Servant,
I whip around and point my
caster.
Oh,
My name is Sherlock Holmes.
Oh, fuck!
The world's greatest detective at your service.
Yeah,
But
all right.
you're not real.
We thought we were gonna get a mage. No.
So that's where my Sherlock went for my rolls.
Correct. I flipped a coin and got tails, and then I rolled the hard 6.
Well, that's what I expected to get. Okay.
How very appropriate.
The day Koketsugan starts.
Puffs on his pipe. This seems to be quite a mystery. Actually, hold on, wait. I should get slightly British for this. Sherlock Holmes. It's elementary, my dear. Yes. Right.
Discombobulate.
Yeah. Murray looks at his mirror. He's like, and I summoned a dandy detective. Lovely.
If there's a mystery to solve, my friend, I can surely do it. I am also a master of many other things, but let's not talk about that right now. Hold on. I need to get off the shield. It's in the way. Kind of steps over. Alright, so do you, now with my out-of-character voice, you got access to Sherlock's stats?
I am scrolling down to copy paste them.
Control F.
He's kind of funny. He's kind of
Control
funny.
F.
Yeah, so mechanically Sherlock is probably the least castery caster.
Yeah. We got a caster, kinda.
But also he punches things.
We're just team punch.
I can't wait for Sherlock to punch things. So it's just going to be like, hang on. That's not what Sherlock did. Did it?
Well, no, he technically did.
Sela has. No, I know, but Sela doesn't know that.
Now, on the other hand, he does have hypothetical reasoning. No, actually, I think it's natural insight is the one. Where, yeah, he can just know shit about people.
It's an A++.
Yes, both of his big brain solving problem skills are very large.
Kevin.
So he probably takes you aside to brief you about his noble phantasms and stuff. He's also got another fun one, in that he has empty house. So he can just appear. Surprise!
He's gonna have an interesting. That's gonna be an interesting interaction then.
Yeah, the medic and the mystery solver. Oh boy, man!
So will my
doctor?
servants,
That's perfect. Like
will
my
my
good friend,
servants-
Dr. Watson.
will my servants things even work on him?
Did you just?
Well, he's not lawful good.
No, I mean like not that part of it. I mean the alignment concealment.
Not if Holmes puts his mind to it. No.
Okay, because that does not work on lawful good people. But then also Sherlock Holmes is the mystery solver. So
Well,
Correct.
the thing with that is like Holmes will just be like, oh, I see now. I understand everything.
Yeah,
Like,
Holmes is so
Understand how you're
Holmes'
gonna tell
natural
us?
insight is really bullshit. It perceives the truth unless they are lucky, even if concealed by magic or other phantasms.
then
So
he
yeah,
would-
Holmes can go, oh hey, Sir Mordred, cool hat, bro.
Okay, well then my description is going to be very interesting because Holmes is going to see something completely different from everyone else.
He's going to puff on his pipe.
Well,
Very interesting.
I guess this does mean that we're going to figure out who these rogues and servants are.
Well, speaking of that, then I guess I will head. I pull out a note that says from Burial Agency, Director, instructions on how to summon. Have you been looking it over?
My man's got the sparkle notes.
Okay. Oh, great Grail, in these dark times we call upon you. As you were brought by the light, you may serve us now, in order to smite the wicked and bring justice to those who have wronged us. In the name of God, may all impure souls of heretics be cleansed from this earth. I summon forth judgment.
Can everybody still hear me?
As appearing in front of everyone who is not Sherlock Holmes, you see a tall, well-built, well-muscled, grandfatherly figure in a tall black coat. It's very, very, very similar to mine, with white gloves, a charming smile, and a white beard.
So actually, I have a question. Would he even introduce? What class would he introduce himself as? Even?
He would introduce himself as an assassin. I am Father Thomas. I am but an humble assassin. He is in glorious red robes. Now what Holmes sees. Holmes sees a figure with a twisted, maniacal grin, covered from head to toe in blood, grinning, holding basically butcher tools, who is just looking maniacally as his eyes dart towards everyone, almost as if seeing the best way to just see how to kill someone.
Yeah, so what was Carpenter's?
Marie.
Great. So you notice that Holmes arches an eyebrow slightly. Also, yeah, I believe we have to take a pause here.
The emote that I just posted.
Holmes just goes
I'm finally back, but
but Discord's freaking out for other people. I can't type messages right now, for instance.
Oh, okay. I had to go into I had to go into
I could
browser
not type
client
to let you guys know that something is weird and Robin is having problems. So we need to pause the recording for a sec. I think I maybe reboot Discord.
I'm gonna go have the rest of my dinner.
Okay. False. Okay, we're on pause. Discord died for a little bit, but we're back now.
A little bit being like half an hour.
The last thing that happened.
Hello, fellow humans. We did not get replaced by aliens. What are you talking about?
So the last thing that happened was that Dallas's character summoned Father Tomas, who is definitely not super evil inside.
No.
And Sherlock was definitely not like, Master, there's something weird about that guy. There's something not quite right about that.
If I may inquire, what do you mean? It's not in my perception to be just an old man. But again, I'm not seeing through your eyes. No, am I?
To my keen detective's insight, I believe that this man has a murderous persuasion, but I do not know if he is an enemy.
So, in other words, keep an eye on him, but don't make a big deal out of it.
Yes, that would be best. Let us gather evidence. Aha.
Yes.
Of course.
Okay. So, who wishes to summon next?
Before the summon, I would like to use my downtime to just cast a longer-lasting silence on my gun.
Oh, okay.
Just to be silencing it.
Alright.
Just in case I want to not be noticed shooting.
Alright, so you want to actually turn that into a resource or something?
Yeah.
Okay.
I'm going to spend my 1 point and...
Alright, what skill are you wasting that
on? My Magecraft Whisper.
Alright, so... Whatever your Magecraft rank is, 1 rank down from that, you now have a resource silenced whenever you want to use it.
In chaining with that kid, I also wanted to do something similar.
Oh, I got a D6.
I wanted to have a. I wanted to bind using the.
You want to make an elemental.
Yes, I want to bind an Ifrit to to a flask.
Okay. Is he gonna get murdered if he does that? I asked the group. Is he gonna get murdered if he tries that?
I don't. Elementals aren't people.
Okay. All right.
Actually, Marie.
Wait, an elemental, or like
it's like the Ifrit monsters?
Yeah, I'm like he's gonna animate some fire or something.
Okay, because elemental means something very different in Fate.
Well, there's a broad class of elementals. The spooky, scariest ones are fairies and heavy vampires, but no, he's going to just animate some fire.
I'm just gonna summon like that Ifrit monster you fight at times, like the mini boss thing.
Yeah, like I said, Marie actually had a flash. Like, there you go. Use that to keep your new fire pad in.
Okay.
All right. So I'm going to bind it using the skill Mythology and Mythical History.
Okay, you're going to use one of those and spend a plot point.
Yes, I'm going to spend the plot point, and I'm using that, so that'd be a DA resource then.
All right. You now have a D8 Ifrit.
All right.
I will go ahead and summon then.
Okay.
I should make a resource.
Ask Marie if he has some sort of sharp implement, like a knife or something. In that bag, medical tricks.
Let's see. You want a scalpel, a bone saw, some pliers?
I guess a scalpel works as long as you don't mind getting.
No, he hands her a scalpel. Don't worry, I've got plenty.
Yeah, so
I'm sure you got some rubbing alcohol in there.
He's like, don't worry, plenty of rubbing alcohol to disinfect it because I think I know what you're doing.
she's going to pull out a femur bone, kind of like a decently large bone, carefully nick herself with the scalpel along her, and just spread blood across the bone.
And if you get over that, I'm going to be disinfecting my scalpel. Thank you.
And now, Almighty Protector of the sun and sky, I beg of thee, please heed my cries. I'm not going to do the full dumb joke.
You summon
The Ring Dragon of Ra.
No.
No.
Gold Sparkles. So, there's that flash of light, and then there is a very, very large, probably almost as tall as your church friend, and that's not counting the horn, woman in let's go with, let's see. In Arknight's, Hoshi is green, so we'll say green kimono. Though she also has a bear pelt around her belt. You don't know what that's about. Just a very large Oni woman with a big horn carrying a large club. It's a very big club. Big club. 2 G's, 2 B's. And she says, Servant, Berserker. Ah, so you're my master, huh? You're the boss? What you want to steal? What you want to break? I'm Hoshikuma Doji. Strongest of Mount Oe. She probably poses. Big muscles.
Fuck yeah.
Merritt, do you still have the rubbing alcohol out?
No, he's not. He's about to slip it into his bag. He's about to slip it into his bag, so yes, he actually does.
So Hoshikuma kind of takes a sniff and says, "Hey, alcohol." She's gonna take your bottle and just, it's not tasty at all. Crush.
Yes.
Throw away.
Well, I hope that you get cut because they just went because they went half my disinfectant.
Oh, we could always cauterize.
Cauterizing has its own thing, but whatever.
A simpler solution: don't get hit.
I start twitching,
Okay, I'll go then.
and I pull out a piece of paper. It says, "Do not attack servants. Do not attack servants." And I just start repeating that over and over in Italian.
Okay.
I think there's something wrong with that one, boss.
They're fine.
Whatever you say, use the boss.
This is wonderful.
Hoshikuma may occasionally get northeastern. I'm sorry. I can't stop it.
Use the boss.
Hey, yo!
I mean, she's got an American
Look at this
master.
guy
So
with the
hey,
sword. He swings so fast.
Hey, this
Well,
mighty
and
lizard man
also,
got
I
a-
believe Shuten speaks with Kansai dialect, which is sometimes translated as Southern, at least, but it's usually got some kind of accent. So
Yeah, the Kansai accents, it's weird. They just drop some syllables and turn some syllables into other syllables sometimes.
It's just thug. It's just thug language.
all right, who wishes to summon next?
Aelius will try. Alright, okay, so in this case, he doesn't have a chance, but he's going to use the dagger, and he's going to basically convert it into a sigil made of mercury. Into a different shape.
Yeah.
And as it goes, runes made of blue fire light up around it, and as it fully goes full of fire, he pulls out a thing out of a side satchel, and he holds out
Magic bag.
Yeah, he holds out a sash, and he holds it on top of the sigil, and it floats above the fire, which then turns green, and then it starts corresponding with the shield, which starts to have a circle form around it itself too.
So you summon. There's a big light. You definitely get gold sparkles.
During this entire time, he's mumbling something in some ancient dialect.
So, yes, Aelius' servant. This would be interesting because it's servant rider. True name Penthesilea, Queen of the Amazons. So I'm assuming since this is Queen of the Amazons, Pence, she's probably taller, older, armored up.
Yeah, I don't know if I assume she's probably wearing a helmet that's covering her face.
Yes, it is probably kind of similar to the sort of helmet that say Leonidas wears later, just kind of that Grecian big sharp cheekbone style.
She's wearing full body armor, so yeah.
Got the sash around her waist.
The spear and then the crescent shield.
Something ready to hear the break your enemies, see them driven before you kind of thing. What about the lamentations of their women? No, we're Amazons, we don't do that.
The lamentations of their men.
Yes, probably. Just wait until she does the Amazon war cry, then everybody's gonna need earplugs.
Oh, that'll be great. So as she speaks, summoned, Aelius like directly curtsies as like.
Alright. So that leaves me, right?
Yes, I believe uses the lastest.
Oh, I guess she doesn't
Okay,
get intro. Fine.
Well, I
I
said
think
that
just
earlier.
cut out their X.
That was the intro.
I said it
Okay.
earlier. When you went back in
Devram
time.
stopped looking out at the city, tosses his binoculars to Holmes, and just points out at the crater. Like, do something with that. It's
Oh,
not one to-
don't worry, I have something for that. It just pulls out his freaking super magnifying glass arms.
So I assume what happens here is Devram throws the binoculars. Holmes doesn't grab them, and they drop on the ground and crack.
No, he catches them, but
No,
because he threw them at him.
Yeah.
Holmes isn't a complete asshole. He's like, you toss him to it. He's like, oh, you want me to use these? No, don't worry about
He's
that.
like 60% asshole.
I have something for that.
Alright. And Devram walks up to the shield, and he's like, okay, so should have been paying attention while you guys are doing this, but
I have a note.
I'm out a servant to save the world. That should work, right?
You guys think for like a half second, that's not going to work, is it? No, the shield lights up, there's big spinny lines, and then a dark-skinned servant with light hair and very tall platforms. Seriously, why are her heels so tall? And kind of sleepily says, "Real true name Okita Soji. I am Devil Saber. Wait, no, alter ego. That's right." Some of
Is
you may
she
be
a
like,
demon?
It's like
She just calls herself Devil Saber because she's cool. Actually, it's a good question.
Favor,
Is
yeah.
it what's her alignment as a counter guardian?
It's kind of good.
True neutral.
Oh, I thought it was.
Nope.
Oh no, that's normal.
Neutral.
Okay, oops.
Yeah, no. So yeah, no. And on a scale of evil to evil, she is neutral.
Oh no, I can't sense alignments.
I know. I'm just saying.
Also,
for,
just so you
for
know,
purposes of like if you're investigating her, that one seems very neutral. If you attempted to sense her as a source of evil energy, she is not. Now,
No, she just
Hoshikuba,
called
though,
herself Devil. She called herself Devil Saber. So I went.
Because originally her original
yes,
version
because
was
she's
used as
well, and also she calls herself that, but she's like, wait, no, that's not right. I'm an alter ego. Yes.
I'm
I
not
know.
the
I
version
just
that's
And
okay.
the other two makers just cock their heads as she says alter ego. It's like, what the fuck?
What?
That's not normal.
What?
That ain't a thing. That's not real.
Devram doesn't even flinch. He doesn't get it. He's like, okay, this was easy.
Now, if you're gonna sense evil, Sela may have a problem because Hoshikuba is definitely CE.
Oh no, I know. That's why I pulled out the little slip and went. "Cannot
Also,
attack
Dallas, just so you
servants,
know,
cannot attack servants."
Queen Pepicilia is lawful good.
No, I know. Oh, well then she definitely also sees Father Thomas's true form.
She will murder him later.
Maybe. Honestly, she looks at him and is like, I see worse.
Fair.
Yeah.
Probably
Just so long as he doesn't do
Well, no,
anything.
because he is looking at her favorably. That's
Very
the
good,
thing.
yes.
He actually can't do anything to her. If they were to fight,
Even though that's
he would
very
just
weird
destroy
because
him.
she's half Aries.
Yes,
I
but
do just
she's-
find it funny how like Penn sees Father Thomas like, nah, nothing's wrong there. That's fine.
he can bullshit anyone to be evil unless they are lawful good.
Yeah.
Then he can't do anything. He's
So
like,
yeah, Penn probably regards him as kind of like it's a little sus.
Sort
Probably,
of like with
probably
Holmes,
quietly pull Aelius aside and be like, "Master, is that servant supposed to be covered in blood? Is that normal? It's not a problem." but
they
it's
could
not
also
normal.
probably see his true class.
Yeah. Actually, yeah, she would probably like sotto voce be like, "Hey, is that Avenger supposed to be covered in blood?" And you would be like, "Avenger? I thought he was an assassin."
Also, it's like, I always thought it was the summoners. The servant
Oh,
doesn't
I
go
have
that
no
far as the
idea.
summoner.
I have no idea about any of this.
You assume he's lawful good.
He
And an
he
assassin?
said that he was an assassin who is lawful good, and we asked
And-
no questions.
And
there ever
He
been
didn't
actually
say
lawful
he
good
was
assassin?
lawful good. He just said he was an assassin.
Well, yeah,
Yeah,
he says
and
he's an
he's
assassin, but masters can review their own servant stats. But
it says lawful good to me.
when you open up your brain codex and ask what your servant stats are, he's definitely lawful good and an assassin.
Yes.
Definitely not like most Avengers, chaotic evil.
I mean, he isn't chaotic evil.
True.
He is just lawful evil.
Like most Inquisition.
Okay.
So
Well, honestly, like most assassins. But anyway, he's an Avenger. All right. Servants are assembled. Cool. Mash will take her shield back.
So, Yeah, Marie's like, so we have a detective, like a swordswoman, like an old man, a warrior queen, and a really big fighter. Honestly,
I am an Oni. Thank you very much.
I would like to ruffle Mash's hair as a reward for doing a good job.
Mash
I don't
acts
say anything
embarrassed,
about
but
it, though.
secretly loves it.
Don't say anything. I just put my hand and go ruffle. No more.
So-
Somehow it does not
eyebrow
reveal her
twitches.
other eye. You're not sure why. It's just glued there.
Devram
I
has
keep forgetting
discovered
that,
you-
she doesn't have both eyes unless it's like that she's wearing glasses. So.
By the way, this will be confusing to everyone, but I will be referring to my servant as Maestro.
Not that
Maestro.
weird. Well, yeah, he's the founder of her order, basically.
Yes.
You are.
Italian for teacher.
It much like how when Rin did a time oopsie and summoned Archer and then made her pendant his catalyst. I'm pretty sure that Celeste is her own catalyst.
Yeah, well, no, she did get relics from the Inquisition.
Oh, so they gave you specific relics.
They
Okay,
gave us Black
even
Magic.
so.
Yes. I was instructed
Yeah,
to summon him.
I think Devram and Marie were the only ones that didn't actually have a catalyst on them.
Yeah, like, and
I
the specific idea of the catalyst was like it's supposed to be some like old desiccated like bone of like a Japanese warlord, but it's just a bone. She didn't read that far. She's like,
I also
bone,
did get
blood.
a very odd
that's fine.
instructions. I got a very odd instruction of under any circumstances you are never to win or let this servant near a holy grail.
Oh well, we'll cover that later. All right. So you get your magic Da Vinci phone rings. Boop, boop.
So eventually, we successfully summoned our servants, and well, we've got a bit of an eclectic bunch.
Yeah, that happens. That's how heroic spirits work. As you can
It's
see,
fine.
I am the most beautiful and smart of all servants. Holmes probably kind of just in the back, just puffing. Like, oh yeah, you think that?
Timeline's out of order.
I mean, technically she's smarter than him.
She is, but
Weird.
Holmes would totally be the guy who'd be like, oh, okay,
He's
Oh,
craftier
yeah.
than her.
you think that. We're definitely both geniuses.
I don't remember if Holmes is a polymath or not.
I don't think so. I don't think he counts as a polymath. He does have
That's
a
why,
lot of...
that's why I want Aristotle to get summoned. 'Cause that would
I
be
should
fun.
actually probably add what the effects of demonic power of the Oni is as like subtext because it has like 3 effects to it.
Yes.
Um,
Part regenerating shit.
Well, no, it's the demonic power Oni is like charisma, monster strength, and mana burst all at once. Because
Yeah, and etc.
bro,
You can
I
use
think
it
there
to
was a
do a
math
lot of
like,
things. It doesn't necessarily like beat out those specific skills, but it is an A rank die, and you can use it as lots of things. And then also Hoshikuma has Intoxicating Fruit C, which is not as cool as Shuten's, but still a certain amount of drunkifying. Okay. Alright, you're on a rooftop, so Da Vinci's briefing everything. Alright, we've scanned the area. There appears not to be any steady servant signals around you immediately. We've located a couple nearby, though. Back in that residential district where you first appeared, there appears to be we've now tracked 2 servant signals kind of wandering around. Both of them kind of come and go, so I don't know what's up about that. There should only be one assassin with presence concealment. Maybe the other's a caster using concealing magecraft? Not sure, but that might be good to investigate. There's also a ruined church nearby. At least I assume it's ruined on the account of most things being on fire. It should be over there, she kind of points in a direction. We are detecting another servant response in that area. And then the last one we were able to suss out for sure is that there is another strong servant response out in the port. You can actually look back out and you can see, the inlet, the port district. There's actually looks like there's some ships, in the docks, which appear to, some of which are partially sunk, but they're out there.
do these ships look anachronistic?
No, they look like normal container ships.
They look like they belong in the year 2004 and not
Yes.
1776.
Correct.
Very specific year.
There is definitely not a Queen Anne's Revenge or something out there.
Make sure,
Or-
No, it's fair.
Deal with servants.
What was like Blackbeard ship?
Blackbeard is Queen Anne's
Yeah,
Revenge.
Blackbeard's
No, I'm
Queen
saying
Anne's
Blackbeard.
Revenge.
Bartholomew.
Oh,
and Mary.
I can't remember what it's called.
There's a lot of ships.
Also,
but no, there's not a
those
pirate
are
ship
two
out there.
different- those are
If
two
I were going to
different people.
shenanigans you, there'd be like some freaking like Greek or Persian triremes out there.
Yeah, which is
Yeah.
it's kind of like, just figured I'd ask. You know.
Okay, that'd
we
be
see,
fun. At
We
least
see
to
the
go
Chinese armada. Well, fuck.
Yeah,
we're doomed. We have literally
it's
the
that
woman-
one lady Chinese
The
pirate.
pirate queen
Yeah,
that
yeah.
killed
the Chinese
everyone.
pirate empress.
Sup?
No.
No, it's worse. It's Ushiwaka. She's gonna jump across all the ships to kill you.
Oh,
No, that's not actually true. I haven't actually tried to stat
I would
Ushi
rather
because that would be
fight-
a
I'd rather see
major
a
pain in my
Shuna.
ass.
I'd rather see like the adult woman like who can like just not die.
Just the Wandering Tales of Shana O are just a pain in the butt.
Yeah.
Honestly, Ushi Rider isn't that scary to me. I'd be absolutely terrified if someone summoned Ushi Archer.
Or you should see Archer or Saber, just like Yoshitsune itself, and like the
But
person that does
Yoshitsune
not
would
die
not
until their
do-
head is cut off.
Yeah.
Either way, so what should we have first? The residential district, the church. I think I know who's going to want to do it.
I'm
First.
partial to nothing. We must do this all eventually.
Want to go outside in?
So we go
The
to
port is
residential-
definitely the farthest going back, but I would say the church is probably closer to that giant crater.
All right.
Feel conflicted about the port because
I vote not the church.
Fine, residential.
I've seen that
district, I guess.
trailer.
Because you're just gonna go back to the residential district.
Yeah.
so there were 4 servant traces we were.
Yes,
Picking
there's
up?
2 intermittent signals from the residential area.
2 in the resident, 1 church.
There's 1 in the
I
church
just-
and 1 in the port.
I just want to make sure I counted right.
Correct. And Chaldea has not locked down the remaining 3.
Okay.
I do talk to Da Vinci.
Yeah.
I did want to ask a question. So I have been hearing that one of our servants is of an unusual class. Do
Okay.
you know for sure that the servants that were summoned here have followed normal restrictions, or can we really
kinda-
not shoot anything?
She kind of tapped her chin and says, I'd have to consult the notes. Obviously, I was summoned by the Fate Heroic Spirit summoning system. It was adapted from another summoning ritual, so it may be possible for non-standard classes to appear. That would be very unusual, of course, but depending on what catalysts were used, it's not unheard of to summon an extra class.
Okay, well, we can just assume then that hopefully we only have to deal with the main 7.
Yeah, because somehow Mr. Gunslinger summoned an alter ego.
Yes. And apparently people are telling me that I've summoned an Avenger.
I don't know if anybody's told you that.
Oh, never mind. I didn't say that.
Devram,
but I
for his
think-
part, has no idea what an alter ego is.
But yeah, I think I ghosted a bit, so I don't think my question got asked. But Marie was gonna ask him, Devin. He was looking at the crater earlier. What exactly did he see?
It looked smooth, like real smooth. You know how explosions cause debris? None
Like
of
that hole over there! He points at a nearby crater.
It's like bad.
Hell,
In my line of
So-
work, you call that a die zone because you died in it.
A zone of dying.
Do I have cell phone? Do I have cell phone connection?
Fuck no.
Okay.
You can take
Oh.
pictures.
I suppose we should if the church is supposed to-
You have
Oh.
absolutely no bars.
Well,
Da Vinci,
if we
do you
can't
have cell
decide,
service?
For reasons we cannot disclose, Chaldea is in a location that does not receive cellular service. Though, also, we are underground, kind of. We're inside a mountain. That would probably hurt.
Okay.
We have a
You know, like,
landline.
Have good
Uh,
internet.
I would also like
wait.
to remind you, though, that we are in the year 2000...
I would. Wait a
20
minute,
double
I would.
X.
Hold on. I would be able to make a knowledge check. Oh no, I
Yeah,
wouldn't.
what are you
Never
trying to
mind.
remember here?
Because I'm worried about, because of the whole thing, I'm worried about elementals. Like that big E elementals. And I'm wondering if any of those could be servants.
Like
Hmm.
big demons and fairies and shit.
More vampires, but yeah.
Oh, okay.
That's what I was gonna call my boss.
Yeah, so...
Because he's a vampire, so why not?
You could think about it. If you don't need to roll, that's just a general checkify your
Okay.
knowledge. You would know that because it was explained to you how the heroic spirit summoning system works. Is it's not literally those people; it's how those people were recorded. So, it's entirely possible that, say, if somebody wanted to summon, I don't know, Vlad Dracul, he might be different because of Dracula or something. and various other persons who may or may not have existed. Like that Sherlock Holmes guy, is he real? Though there are also possibly iterations where servants could be altered to be non-standard.
So basically, I have no information.
Yeah, until you get some kind of clue that points you in the right direction, your own knowledge probably can't narrow down. Is there a vampire running around making skeletons? Is that a thing?
I'm just worried because vampires suck.
Well, if we can't
I
seem to
didn't
decide,
mean to make a joke.
I say head to the.
Yeah, let's head to the church since that's closest. Plus, plus,
I thought some people had misgivings about the church.
I definitely
I
don't
said
like
it's okay
that.
we go to the residential church, then the church, and then the port. Let's just do that.
Yeah, I'm worried about the port personally, just because I don't know how to walk on water.
I don't think we need to, but we're fine.
All right, so we got a decision of going to residential, to the church, and then to the port. Someone's game plan.
Yeah, that sounds
I
good.
guess.
All right.
We're like 3 stories up, yeah?
Yeah.
I'm gonna ask if Kuma's okay if I hop on her back and she just takes me down.
Sure, whatever you want, boss. Just scoops you up, puts you on her shoulders, and just giant Oni jumps.
I now just image she's done that with a shoe head on her shoulders.
Probably.
Just big high jumps. Cause she's got strength A plus.
Strength A plus and monster strength.
Yeah. Big.
Like, I think I'll take the stairs.
Looks like we're done
Sounds
being
like a plan.
stealthy.
No, I'm still being stealthy.
I also take the stairs.
All right.
My queen, fade into spirit form. You know when it's time, you know what to do.
All right. Pent goes ghost.
I follow your lead, Astro, as we do our church walk down the stairs.
All right. You power walk. His robes billow, despite the fact that there is absolutely no wind.
We do the Kyrie walk.
At some
He
point,
says
I'm gonna have to
Yarotobi
remember
at some
to provide
point
the
and
Thomas
someone's
to
eyes
say
nowhere.
Rejoice.
We've seen transition to the residential district, I assume.
All right. You are in.
I would like to.
Oh wait, hold on.
What's up?
I did need to do something before that
What's up? What you doing?
because I was going to spend one of my PowerPoints to add a resource.
All right. What resource are you crafting?
I need to do my nails.
Okay.
Which is basically I start putting phosphorus under my nails, so that when I stab it into people, I can then ignite it, which is part of how I fight.
Okay. And what skill are you basing that on?
Martial arts.
Okay. So your resource of your phosphor nails is 1 die type smaller than that one.
Yes.
That's permanent until somebody gets rid of it. All right. You're back in the residential area. It honestly, at first blush, seems kind of like how you left it. On fire, houses are smashed. There's telephone poles or power poles toppled in the street. This is like a weird Japanese suburb, so there's probably a couple of cars just sitting on the road.
In a road that's far too cramped for like a 2-lane road.
Yeah, there's like somebody was an asshole and like parked their car in a road, and you're just like, that's not gonna fit. But nobody really seems to drive cars around here, so
Unless your truck could.
yeah, that would be funny if it made any goddamn sense for like powered devices to work for just a skeleton driving a truck to just barrel around the corner and try and knock your block off.
Unless it's like you do a thing where a rider with their skills that they can turn any vehicle they have into a magical
That
vehicle.
that would also work, but that is not this rider's style.
Unless it's
Is it wrong that the
rider's
servant?
style.
Is it wrong that the servant that I'm the most worried about is Ryder?
I mean, you should.
Because I've never seen a Ryder not be OP except for in Fate's Day Night, and even Medusa is still pretty fucking strong.
Yeah,
Medusa's
Medusa
strong,
is
she
just
does a
hard
good job.
countered by
Yeah,
most other servants is the thing.
The issue is, like, if you just compare her to the other Riders, like, most of the other Riders are nuts.
It's because like she was the first rider, and they then started making.
Guys, I think we're getting off track here.
Anyway,
yes,
regardless.
All right, you are in the residential area again. What's your plan here? You do remember them saying that there was a ley line in here. You could hunt around, see if there's any shenanigans.
Yeah.
Might as well like tap into that, use it for ourselves.
Well, she said there was a ley line around here. Probably first find that. And
Does the second ley line help us?
Oh, yes. For some mages, it'll be like we can perform greater acts and get closer to a ley line. That, and if there's say an enemy caster servant, and they might be here, so we can I think the best way I can describe it is you can double tap them and they'll no longer be a problem.
I could use the directory line and possibly just move all
Holmes
the fire
kinda
and
nods
place
along
me
and
another
says-
area.
Takes a puff on his pipe and says, "Yes, it would be common strategy for a caster class servant to build a workshop, preferably on a ley line, so they could be steadily supplied with mana."
This is a weird question, but it's actually relevant to my servant.
Yep.
Is Holmes Catholic?
No, Holmes would be C of E.
Oh, yeah, I keep forgetting the time period. Okay.
What's that?
Church of England. Anglican
Oh.
Church.
Yeah,
He's a good old C of E man.
yeah.
If he's religious at all, but,
Because I knew
roughly
British was to qualify for the skill, he would only have to consider himself Catholic.
No.
So he could still be I went to church once.
No, I don't think, unless some of the masters count as consider themselves Catholic. I don't believe there are any Catholic servants here.
Yeah, there's definitely
I
one
believe in
Catholic
magic and science.
You can
Just
still believe in
strange.
them and be Catholic.
Look, Marie doesn't know about Catholic Church. The only gods he knows are the ones that he knows about, which is
No,
the
I understand.
Pantheon.
It literally, I had to ask because it is relevant for my servant's charisma.
No, I don't think Sela's.
I wasn't gonna ask your servant. I was like, hard no, maybe.
Well, so I heard this one guy, Shiro Amakusa took... No, the timeline is
I mean,
for that.
maybe Okita,
I
but
bashed his
doubt
face
it.
in because he was being
No, I
annoying.
do not believe so. That would not make sense for
Absolutely
the,
not
the
Okita.
Because that also wasn't. I don't think Catholicism was the one that came to Japan.
No, it was. It was the Portuguese.
Oh, it was? Okay.
But this Okita is also...
Amakusa is an
definitely
apocryphal
not timeline.
saint. Yeah.
Yes.
Now, if you were dealing with the Tosakas, those guys are actual Japanese Christians. So, but no. Maybe if you find the Tosaka residence and it's definitely not exploded.
Has a tendency to be.
There's probably a basement full of gems.
Yeah, just gonna
No,
dig-
she
dig
doesn't.
for
She's
gems.
broke.
I mean, if it was her own family's house.
Anyway,
Yeah.
you're in the residential area. You're kind of scouting around.
I will be in the shadows specifically. I will be stealthy.
I am going ahead quietly and out of sight.
Yeah, I will
I'll go.
be going ahead in a different way because that is what I do.
So yeah, you
He'll
guys
get
kind of
pushed in
spread
the
out.
fire
It's,
because he can.
It's hard for me. It's hard for me and Hoshi to be out of sight, but we won't actively try to cause trouble.
All right.
Yes.
What the feeling I'm kind of getting is that the two sneakmen go off on their own, probably with their servants in spirit form.
No, my servant is just as sneaky as I am.
Okay, yeah, also that.
I
And Oki doesn't even have to.
assume
Because she's
Okita
fast.
follows me, but
Then okay,
I don't remember about her.
She can
Forgetting things
also
is a
just instant movement a very long distance. But I'm guessing then the rest of the masters probably kind of core up with Hoshi not even bothering with spirit form, but just standing there being intimidating.
No, yeah,
In case
like
anything
like Hoshi and Sela are just Slav squatting, waiting for them to finish.
I have Mash carrying one of my magical keys, and I basically say if you get attacked, throw this on the ground.
What, you some kind of Yondaime Hokage or something?
No, but I will know if it's thrown, so I know you're in attack.
Alright, Bash holds on to it. And most
I
of you
cannot
guys are
teleport
looking
to it, but I know when it's activated.
So the Sneakwins, you guys are milling around, and you're looking around. You kind of peek over into back into that same courtyard from different angles because you hear some movement, and you notice some more skeleton type things in there. But these guys are different. They're taller and pointier, and they're more gray colored, and they have a weird sideways face thing.
Would I know about them?
Don't actually know if you know what
I'm going to
trying
use knowledge occult.
Okay.
Try
I
and
have
overstudy. This is probably also going to go terribly.
The giant fuck off to him.
let it burn up a little bit. So
It's worth it to roll.
because after that, I can also try something myself because I have something.
I assume
Well,
this
you don't
falls
see-
under.
Oh,
Actually, what am I talking about? I'm gonna let what's his name handle it to try and identify it because he's just better than me.
Father Tomas.
Oh,
Yeah,
actually,
dude.
no, he doesn't have knowledge occult. Never mind.
Well, you could
Um,
report this because you've got a special comms device, and you do know that at the end of one of your communicators is the world's greatest detective.
I'm gonna try first. I want to
Okay.
feel useful. Damn it!
All right.
If I fuck it up, I'll
we
give it
can't
to
just
Holmes.
rely on Holmes to tell us everything.
That's the tension.
Well, Holmes doesn't yet. He's got to be like, wait, it's not the time.
He's the caster one, so he'll spoil everything.
I need to wait for the right time. Oh no,
Why
yeah,
is that
you
for me
gotta
to-
type
It's
Polly.
It's Polly. It's Polly. Rolls different.
Uh,
Rolls for the Star Wars one.
Yeah, You wanted it to roll Star Wars dice. All negative results.
Because it only rolled. Yeah, it says like D's and P's also count as those.
8, 1, 4. Because I'm using designation church executive.
Okay.
Oh, finally, I didn't roll crap.
Okay.
I got a 1. Oh.
Yeah, but the rest of the dice are good.
Yeah, you got pretty decent.
You're giving me a plot point. I gotta check what I do in my Doom Pool. Just want me to...
Just rolling it
that
bring up a little bit.
Add a D6, step up, temporarily step up the lowest in the pool, and the Doom Pool. Alright. I'll give to give you a plot point, I will give myself a D6.
Okay.
And I will now roll. This a great roll, very average. So what's your total?
My total is 20, 20.
Nope. You're using 2 of them.
16.
My total is 15.
16.
Hey!
Or 16, yeah.
16?
No.
No, it's 8, because individual
No,
dice.
yeah.
You don't add them together.
Oh,
So
15.
7 plus 8 is 15. So actually, I only rolled my highest as 2 7s.
I win!
So you
I did it!
actually... Yeah, you did the thing. Yes,
Beat the
class
Doom.
and personal skills are separate categories.
Cool, because I wanted to make sure, like if Madison Hands is just everything and that's it, I'm like, well, what's the point of using it? Figured, but I wanted to double check.
Well, yeah, you can choose not to use anything. If you're not using your madness enhancement, it can't be exploited against you, but then you don't get your free D10 and get to do Berserker things. Alright, these are, Celeste, these are Dragon Tooth Warriors. They are a type of familiar. They are made by using dragon fangs. They're pretty mass-produced, though. They're not super high-quality level familiars. They're kind of like golems, just made with dragon teeth. And they're basic foot soldier types.
And I'm guessing they are considered undead?
No, they're familiars, actually.
Oh, okay.
Do you relay on that they're familiars to me?
Yes, I will relay that they are familiar.
I would like to use my tracking ability to see if I can see where they came from.
Okay.
Because I assume they didn't just pop out of the ground. Like, there's no signs of them just bust and go.
No.
I mean, if we see enough FGO, maybe you can make them pop out of the ground.
Well, yeah, casters can just sow them if they want to, but that still means they came from something. So that would be good to use for tracking. Hey, did somebody literally create these right here?
Yeah.
Alright, so you'll roll versus the Doom Pool also.
Okay. Gonna be a lone wolf because it's just me over here.
Yeah.
It's
D10.
Is okay get just like sitting still in the school, like sleeping? Because you'll just warp to you immediately.
Actually, this is a good point to remind everybody. Now that you've established your servants, you have command seals, command spells. So you have 3 of them. You can use them to do stuff. If you have to use them, they count as a D12. So if you give your servant an order, that counts as a D12 complication that servant does unless they do it. Or they can use it as basically as if they had a D12 trait die. You could also use it to like mess with stress and trauma and stuff if you want, or make your servant instantly come to you.
Okay.
There's a whole section for it in the rules. Actually, that reminds me. I don't think we talked about anybody's milestones. Has anybody hit any of their milestones?
Actually, let me see.
Let me double check.
Because I forgot to ask that earlier.
You discover the true name of a servant in the Singularity. You go out of your way to explore Fuyuki for answers, and you undergo the truth or abandon the quest.
I mean,
no.
Did fighting the skeletons count as going into battle against an enemy for Chaldea?
No, that was more for you. If you were to do a battle maybe this time, that might count.
I figured I have the Chaldea security milestones.
Same here. So
that is a 1 for the Doom Pool, and 2 5, so a 10. And then a 3, but that doesn't matter. I can just set that aside for later.
And I hate to check how the Doom Pool breaks.
3 on my D10.
All I know is Vespairr has to deal with the Doom Pool a lot.
I have a D10 and a D12 set aside now for effects.
I remember.
I'll step up one of my D6s to a D8 to give you a plot point.
Oh yeah, I have 3 D8s set aside.
Wait, what were you saying about me in the Doom Pool?
Because Berserkers interact with the Doom Pool a lot.
Oh yeah, Rage, where I can take a Doom Pool dice, step it up, use it, then step it back down and put it back in the Doom Pool.
Yes.
And put it back. Alright, well, unfortunately, I have an 8 and a 7 this time, so I have my own 15. I did get a 1 if you wanted to activate an opportunity, but probably not, because you don't want to, like, make a stunt or anything.
No, I just have no idea.
Alright,
as far as I can
you
tell,
attempt
this
to
is
do
where
a tracking, but it's almost like these guys have some kind of inherent ability which prevents them from being sensed or tracked normally, somehow. It's weird.
It's almost like a caster isn't prepared for this.
I think it's a caster that made these.
When would a
I'm saying.
caster be prepared? That's ridiculous.
I am now wondering what assassin would do.
Well, it's a little metagame. I was making a joke, but yeah.
No, I just wonder
yeah,
like
I have
kind of
no
like
idea.
what kind of assassin summons. Oh wait, there is one.
There's a couple.
I just thinking of one specific, but it's very specific things. You summon.
I mean, specifically, if you're thinking about fate occurrences, yes, Semiramis also used Dragon
Dragon
Warriors.
oh, I was also thinking of Uze-ten, but she summons her torturers.
Yeah.
The
But they're
Uze-ten,
familiars.
what's her name? Carmilla, Shutendoji can summon familiars. There's a couple.
I don't think
Really?
we technically know these off the top of our heads.
No,
Yeah.
because you haven't even met any of these guys. The only servants you've technically met probably are your own. But
And
you know their
I know-
capabilities, so...
I would know all the servants from the First Grail War because that was my business,
Okay. Alright, so you've
which I
got
technically
to-
don't think we even know.
Yeah.
You know one of them.
if that's even public.
That would be, no, it's public. What happened afterward is
Yeah.
not.
So yeah, so you would know, hey, so everyone had Caster in that Grail War, just steamrolled them with fucking Solomon.
Just like
Wow,
weird,
that sounds
considering
really
like, 'cause,
OP.
like, will the church even know the grants exist?
No.
No, they would not, because that's a separate thing.
Yeah.
But even without being a Grand, Solomon would be a very big dick caster.
Yeah, Solomon would
Yeah,
just be
summon the
like,
entire glacier, yeah.
We got
Well, like-
jumped into a tangent again.
yeah. That's going to happen with Fate, unfortunately. Like, we're just going to do with that.
The entire series is tangents.
You're playing with two lore nerds as well.
We're playing
Alright,
with, like,
so-
3 Lord nerds, I'd say. Like, 4.
Dragon
No,
Tooth
two
Warriors.
are players. One is the DM.
Let's say there's a solid five Dragon Tooth Warriors milling around. What do you do?
Do we want to wait for backup?
No, I don't.
Okay. I believe this is on your mark.
All right. I fire.
Okay, well,
I
sounds like you're
fire
stepping up to an
my
agency.
silent bullets. Yep.
All right, so
Okay.
yeah, go ahead. You're going
And
first. Go ahead and build your pool.
I'm trying to use shifty so that they don't know where the bullets are coming from, and just generally stay out of sight. So I don't know if I would roll that first or after my damage.
No, you'd probably roll it you roll it all one roll, and then it's just narration. Like they don't know where you are unless they know where you are.
Okay.
You could also another thing you could do is you could actually with a plot point like basically have your action do double and be like, oh, and also I have a hidden asset, so they can't find me. You know, you could do that trick too if you want to get advanced. But let's build your die pool first and then figure out.
Okay. That's D8D4. There's my marksmanship die. This is too much die for me to care about. So 1, 2, 3. Oh boy, that's 2d6. I'm counting this right. 3d8.
Probably. If you're doing something you're good at, that sounds like a solid number of d8s.
And 1d10. 3d6, 3d8, 1d10. Because I
Similar.
silenced my pistol. So
Roll those
that
bones.
is
That is a number.
that is a 14 on standard.
There's a 1 in there.
There is a 1.
Do I have another d8?
Wait, does rolling ones give me the plot point? What?
Yes, I give you a plot point.
Oh
to
my god,
activate abilities.
I have like 4 plot points now.
Yeah, but using them.
I've been rolling ones crazy. I thought you were
The
getting
Doom Pool is now 4d8 though, or 8d8. Sorry,
them.
How do you get rid of your Doom dice?
I have to
That's
spend
not
them, which
good.
means you have to be doing things I care about.
Oh, God.
I would like to
And-
spend a plot point to keep one of my 6s to step that up to 20. Just so
okay.
I really don't.
All right, you're gonna
get
keep an additional
noticed.
die. All right, okay, that's big. All right, they'll try.
So, can you spend Doompool dice in just however many increments you feel like?
Yeah, certain things they have to. Like, if I wanted to say interrupt the action pool and like go first, I have to spend a large enough die. So like if somebody had like presence detection or another skill that means they don't get ambushed, I'd have to make sure I spend enough to match your skill, which would probably suck most of the time.
Because most of our skills are usually like,
yes.
big fuck
If
off
I want to
numbers.
just add a die to the Doom Pool, add a Doom Pool dice to a roll, I can just do that. Like I can just be like, I'm gonna get rid of this D8 in the Doom Pool, add it to my roll, but then it's gone. It doesn't go back to the Doom Pool. So usually they're just like similar to how you guys can use plot points to add extra dice. I can just throw Doom Pool dice at a problem if I run a roll good.
yeah, the Doompool are your
You don't have plot points yourself?
Yes. No, I use Doom Pool dice. Like if I want to use anything that costs you 1 PP, I have to spend a Doom Pool die.
Gotcha.
Now I only have to spend a minimum D6, but in this case where I have only 8d8, I have to spend a d8, which could make me feel bad about myself, but I don't really care. I've got 8d8s, I'm fine. What am I doing? I'm building their die pool. There's many of them, so they're technically a team, so they get a d8. They are made of dragon bone. That's pretty tough. They'll take a d8 for that. They have a master die, 4, and they can probably block bullets with their blade arms.
If you know what's coming.
That is not going to work. Okay, so I got a opportunity if you want to activate one by spending a plot point.
My opportunity I just want it to be quiet. I want them to not notice.
Well, okay, so there's a few different
things.
Where does it actually say that?
I do need
I tried looking up before and I can't quite find.
Use an effect die, activate a certain SFX. So yeah, one of my SFX is right now silenced on my gun. Because
you activate an NPC's opportunities with a plot point, you might trigger certain SFX or limits, step up an asset die, create a permanent resource instead of an asset, add a D8 push die. Okay, so you're just going to be like, and I'm sneaky.
Yeah.
Okay. So you do have to spend a plot point to do that, but then you do it. And his response is a whopping 13, so that is 5 over. So what was your effect die you were going to use?
Just Whisper.
No, what die size did you set aside for effect die?
Because
you have to set aside effect die.
Probably a D8.
It would be my
one of your D8s.
Yeah, one of my D8s.
Okay, so that gets stepped up to D10 because you missed it by 5, or you beat him by 5. However, the math wants to work out. Yeah, you just shoot one of these and kind of there's a faint crack and just explodes into a pile of fangs and bones. Immediately, the other ones all kind of cluster around it and start looking around. What's going on? Where'd he go?
I didn't know we could do that.
I assumed we've informed the others to get over here, by the way.
Okay, you call him. You call him in. Well, you get to nominate who goes next, so.
I'm gonna choose my other sneak commands.
First question: is all these clustered in the courtyard or the street?
They're in the courtyard. They're in the courtyard where you guys all appeared.
Gotcha.
All right, Celeste, you can go. Also, technically, you guys can roll for your servants. They count as different people in the encounter. So if you want to specifically nominate one of your servants, make sure to say that.
Okay, I have to combo thing. I can't combo things, can I?
I'm combo. I built my character.
You can set up combos, but no, you do not usually go. And we do a double action, but you can totally I go as me. I set something up. Now my servant goes.
Yes, that is literally what I built my character to do.
So yeah, you can totally do that trick. All right, but Celeste has been nominated.
Speaking of which, I pull out a grenade.
Sure.
Sorry, a flashbang grenade to be specific.
Okay.
Bad to say, I'm like, okay, we're just hiding those in there.
Pull a grenade.
I have so much stuff in my coat.
She probably says something like, "Maybe we need metal detectors."
Maybe that's why the Chaldea room exploded.
It helps when I'm completely emaciated, so I can hide a bunch of stuff in there. Anyway, I throw the flashbang grenade to inflict the blind condition on the enemies.
Skeletons that have no.
Yes.
We'll see if it works. You don't know.
I'm just saying.
Magic.
Oh wait.
I mean, strictly speaking, they do not have any special abilities to make them immune to such things. Just I would let them use distinctions in a positive way to be like, nah, dude, I don't even have fucking eyes right now.
Would this be enemy of magecraft count or no?
They are certainly familiars. Yes, you can use that positively.
Enemy of mages. Enemy of mages.
Yeah, you could use that one.
Okay. I am literally a witch hunter.
That's gonna be relevant for stuff.
Oh yeah.
For a lot of things, I assume.
However, as soon as you find a saber who's just a normal fuck off dude who's lawful good, I can't do anything.
Leave that to me.
D10. So there's 4 targets?
Yeah. And yes, I would, because you're using a grenade, that means you could do an AoE.
Yes, and it says it's stepped up if I'm using it to inflict blind instead of damage.
Okay, alright.
Because it's what is it? Debuff, so...
Okay, so you add a D6 for debuff, and then when your effect die is picked, you step that one up once.
Okay. So the 4d8s it would be 4d6s and then 1d8.
Yeah, for the grenade, and then actually whatever stats you want to use for you. You can always add a D4 and then your distinction and stuff.
Yes, I'm working. Okay. So it's 3d8, 4d6, 0d10s, 1d4. I'm just gonna roll these.
Go for it. Go crazy.
The machine has betrayed me too much. Alright, 6, 3, 1 on the D8. And 6.
Definitely gotta make sure to use that. Go ahead and give you a plot point to use that opportunity and add D6 to this pool, so I have chump dice.
6, 6, 2, 2 for the D6s. So my result is 12.
Alright. What
It'll
effect
be
die are you
1d8.
using? Because it'll be whatever die type and then step it up once.
1d8 is my effect die.
Becomes a D10? Alright. So they'd have a
Oh,
D10
sorry.
blindness. Ooh,
That
okay.
sounds beefy.
That is very blind. Okay. They're gonna attempt to resist. They are still a team.
Anti-magic
There's still
flashbang.
There's still 4 of them. Oh, well, actually, okay, so so another thing I should note is you keep an extra effect die for every target, so it's one of them gets a D10. Do you have any more D8s left?
Yes, I have 1d8.
Okay, so 2 of them get D10s, 2 of them get D8s, I assume, because you're going to use 6s?
Yes.
Okay, I'll just keep that in mind. I'll roll for the D10s first. This would be a little bit easier if we were actually sitting at tabletop and I could look at your dice with my fucking eyes, but alas, alack.
It is, the D8s are 2 6s, and the D6s are 2 6s.
Okay.
So it's 6.
They're going to use their distinction dragon bone, because they are men who are just made of dragon bones and don't have faces.
Poor eyes.
D4 master die. Yeah, fuck it. Let's add a doom pool die for a D8. Roll for the first guy. There's a 7 in there, so that's 13. So what was your result? 12?
12. Yeah, that could
Okay,
be 10.
so the first guy's not blinded. I did spend a doom pool die on that guy. Oops. Don't copy that again. I'll spend another. I got a lot of D8s. I'll spend one more D8 on the D10 guy. The next D10 guy. Ooh. Nope, there it is. There's 13 again.
Okay.
Same roll.
Alright. Now for the D8 guys, I'm going to stop spending D8s because I don't want to spend all my D8s. No, that's a 10. That guy's blinded. He has a D8 blinded condition now. And then the next guy. It's an 8.
Pretty blinded.
Yeah, that's not 5 over yet, is it? No, it's 12. It would have to be 7 to be 5 over. So it stays a D8. He does have a 1, though, if you want to activate an opportunity. Which
No,
actually,
I'm
while
good.
I'm looking at it, I should go ahead and just copy that into the thing, just so people can look at it faster. Okay, so 2 of them, we'll say that they were closer to you, get blinded, and they're just kind of stumbling around, swinging their bony arms wildly. But you're not really sure how that worked, because they don't have eyes, but 2 of them don't seem as blinded as you hope they would be. But that's your action. You can nominate who goes next.
I will nominate my servant,
Okay. It's his go.
because he has some fun.
Spooky,
so
scary servant.
This will activate his Oblivion Correction.
Okay.
Because he is attacking when others would not. So he adds a d12 to this next roll.
Oh boy.
He will be using one of his Noble Phantasms.
Okay, are you using any of the SFX or anything? Are you gonna have to do a true name call out?
One of them.
Oh, okay.
I'm using Area Attack.
Alright. So he's gonna have to declare the name of his noble phantasm.
Does he have to declare it in English?
Nope.
Okay.
But he does have to verbalize, yes.
I mean,
Well,
I feel like it doesn't matter what language it's said in, servants just recognize it.
Yeah, the thing is, are there any other servants around? So he might get away with this quietly before anybody notices.
I mean, this one is kind of generic sounding, so I don't know how much this will give them.
True.
As he calls out, I'm not going to bother looking up for it in Spanish because I can't. He calls out Binding Chains of the Church.
Smash him with spooky skeleton chains.
Kind of. So basically, basically small chains shoot out of the ground from where they are and wrap around their throats.
Oh my god, it's Gilgamesh.
No, these are much cruder chains.
No,
Yeah,
it's clearly he's a Lancer Enkidu.
It's
Like,
very
uh,
much. It's
I
totally.
assume it's like rusted in blood, like
It's a
covered in
torture
dried
device.
blood.
Yeah, which means the damage is D14.
Well,
So I'm gonna have to
no,
poly
it's a
that.
D.
I don't
It
think that's how
doesn't
that
go to
works.
D14. If you inflict D12s and you step it up past that, that means they're out automatically.
That's a different ability. Never mind.
Yeah.
I lied.
You're doing area attack, so
that's a
you
single target.
add
So
an
it's-
additional for each additional target, so you add 3d6s and keep three extra effect dice for 4 total.
Yes.
You add your
Okay.
Noble Phantasm die, you're adding Oblivion Correction.
And he is pairing up with me, so he gets his D10. So he has 2d12, 1d10, 3d6.
And you're using
Damn,
your. I
servants are
assume you're
crazy.
using your NP parameter die.
Yes, that is D12.
Okay.
Damn, servers are scary.
Yeah.
We're about to fight some soon, I imagine.
The thing about Avengers is they are very focused on using noble phantasms a lot.
Yes, and they can also do it because they have self-replenishment.
Because they take mana from something that isn't here.
From hatred.
I'm very angry.
Because in emotion, there's power.
But is he doing a Dante's laugh right now?
No,
Not
he
yet.
is much different than Dante's.
Yeah, what would you describe it as? Is this just kind of like I'm doing the thing, or is it like I do the thing?
No, he's mostly just looking at them like he wants all of them to die in very painful ways.
The camera just zooms in on his eyes. There's a Kill Bill alarm somewhere.
Basically, yes. He just looks like he is cold and angry and bitter.
Meanwhile,
his eyes may literally glow with an evil energy.
No, he does. You do see that.
Oh, I do.
He's just not covered in blood and wearing old scary people.
Yes, you don't see him being evil. You see him being angry.
Yeah, you see him angrily look at them, yell something in Spanish, and then chains are going to come up and try and crush these skeletons.
He doesn't yell. He doesn't yell it. He goes. He basically goes, binding chains of the church, and then grabs his hand, and they all become choked. I'm gonna have to pause. Oh, no, I don't have to pause. I have a D12. Anyway. Well, that's a 12.
Very clangety.
That's a 6. Okay. That's on the D10. That is a 9. And the D6 is... That is a 1. That is a 4. That is a 2. Alright, so I have 9, 10, 12, 6, 4, 2.
Did you do 21 with a D10 or a D12?
Does this have Growing Dread?
What is that?
That's the one where twos also count as opportunities?
No.
Okay.
Growing Dread is the other one.
Alright, just making sure.
That is his single target noble phantasm is Growing Dread.
Alright. So what's your total then? That these guys are going to get schlacked by?
Oh, also, are they evil?
Actually, that's a good question. No, I'll go ahead and say they're evil because their creator is evil. So yes, they're an evil creature.
Well, then I get an extra D8 in there. Because S affects anti-evil.
Yeah.
So that's another... It doesn't matter. It was... So 2 are getting hit by D12s, 2 are getting hit by D8s.
Alright, is that with any of that
21.
pre-stepped up?
That is pre-stepped up, yes.
Okay.
I'm not using the other stuff.
Alright, so what's your total?
21.
21. Well, they should try and not get immediately... Well, they're all going to get immediately bodied, but I will try and roll just to see what happens. Because they don't. They're not being full NPCs. They don't have full stress tracks. So, okay, all right. So, and did you include to add 1 die for them being blind? The 2 that are blind, because I assume you targeted that one first.
No, I did not.
Okay, you can, if you wanted to, you can exploit their complication that way. But it's fine. You already got a 20. It's not a big deal. Okay.
I was just wanting to see if I got 8s, because that wouldn't have mattered for that. Never mind.
Okay. They are still a team. There's still 4 of them. They're not dead yet.
For the moment.
They are still made of dragon bone. It's pretty tough, even with your spooky supernatural chains.
Okay.
And they have a die, and this is trying to bind them, so they will try and use their blade arms to stop it, in case that works. That's a 9. That guy gets taken out.
That's a 10, but still.
Oh, that is 4 in there. That's right. Still, yeah, that's 10 under. That's stepped up twice.
It's like it's by 600.
That's a 12. It's still stepped up once, so that'll be, if that was one of the D12. Well, you have to inflict D8 or higher stress. For that guy. Oh gosh, no.
He's like super dead.
That one gives it the old college try. I think that's the best with that 6 and 7 at that 13. But
no.
All of their necks are snapped.
They all collapse into a pile.
Man, if those things were flesh, that'd be super unsettling.
Oh no, yeah, no. My guy gets a bit much when it comes to flesh.
Okay, so does Mr. Spookman have any sort of detecting type abilities?
Yes, he does.
Okay, what are those rated at?
EX.
Interesting.
But it's only against evil.
Okay. Alright.
It is the Inquisition.
So, alright.
Oh, actually, no, sorry. It would not be a detecting ability.
Alright. So, Presence Concealment works.
Yes, Presence Concealment would indeed work.
Oh,
no. All I have is really good dice.
I do have a sensing ability, but I don't think it's going to do anything against a
Can
servant.
you beat a presence concealment B? A D10?
No, probably not. I have a D8.
Oh,
Oh, no.
I'm much
All
better
right.
at hiding than I am at finding
Mine
people hiding.
doesn't have that, but she works in every other scenario.
Well,
Oh,
yeah,
and
you
that-
guys aren't even on scene yet. You're probably going to
Yeah.
jog up just as something horrible happens to...
Yeah, no, well, I feel like considering me, I feel like maybe we're arriving right now because fucking she can just jump. She can do the jump things, but
All right.
not in time.
You
to
arrive
fight.
in time to see all of the skeletons just die.
Wait for the big moment for the reveal of the servant, and then you
Well,
crush
I'm
it
just-
from
I'm
a
just
giant
saying,
from the sky.
You're showing up. You're showing up.
Thing.
Okay, so
I'm
this
not
person
trying
is
to-
attacking, and we'll say
Who are
the
they
obvious one would be to... Actually, no. It would be better to attack the servant for reasons. Okay.
Can
this
he
is-
tell which of... Wait, can he tell which is the servant and which is the master?
Yes.
Because we genuinely are dressed identically.
They can. They can tell.
Okay. That's fine.
They have
Uh-oh.
abilities. Okay.
There is totally a
Thank
character
you.
that is like,
So-
you can't tell the difference.
This might be big.
I'm glad I didn't do what I was gonna do, where I was gonna have switch it to Okitan and just have her sleep through the round for a point. Glad I didn't do that.
Yeah, you probably want to try to get more than
So,
one point.
this
in the
character
thing.
is acting Lone Wolf for a D8.
Hmm.
What's the good one for this? Oh, actually, you know what? I'll activate one of their distinctions as a D4 to give myself a plot point.
Can we know what it's called?
I feel like for servant situations we shouldn't.
No, that would be way too much to give that away. But
I
I'm
don't know. I just think
kind
the
of
fun,
like
I just think the fun
sneak
part
attack.
is like also us having to figure out the servants.
I mean, I have a feeling I'm going to be able to figure out what the servant's true name immediately.
possibly
Fair.
depending
Because
on you're going to change
because
it.
you told me that they were evil. So
If they're in the list or not is also the question.
no, that is actually one of my. That's what I was talking about for the presence concealment. It's distinction of evil. It's if they're evil, I know who they are.
Oh yeah, you're going to figure it out in a second. But first, okay, so that was distinction stats. That seems like an agility type thing. Stabbing you in the back. We'll add a d6.
Oh, I forgot to add my stat.
Oh, yeah,
It's fine.
No, you
It would've
didn't.
been-
You added a
Oh,
d12
yeah, that
for
was
NP.
my second D12. Yeah, I forgot. It's
Your
2D12.
second because you got EX. Which remember, you can also use that like a distinction to get a plot point if you're like, this would goof me up. We'll add a d10 for presence concealment. Do any of these skills apply? No, we're not using that one yet, so we can't use personal skills. Right? No, okay. So, we're going to... Well, okay. Since you'll know anyway, I don't feel bad about blowing the servant out of the water by using a noble phantasm immediately. But also, that's what it's for.
Oh,
This is kind of
D8.
interesting.
Do I have any D8s left that are not
I
in my
got-
Doom pool? Yeah, I do.
Omega really wants to do things right now. It sounds like.
Right now we're very much like we're like stay night right now, but we're gonna hit FGO where we just have having MP fights.
So I
As
added
long as we
D8.
don't hit
This
zero timeline.
is rated a 6. This is a servant killer, so I add another D8 if I have them. I do.
I think I have an idea already.
I mean,
Can I multi-power? Do I want to use that one? No, I don't want to I don't want to hide the second one yet.
Let's just see if we hear a gunshot.
oh Jesus Christ!
Oh.
Nope.
Is there a gunshot to hear is the question.
Depends
Oh
on
no,
what
no,
you
this is very physical. So your servant is minding his own business, crushing some skeletons. And actually, wait, hold on, I can look.
Actually, wait. If it's Chronos Rose, it might be something worse.
Well, we don't. Listen,
You don't know what's happening right now.
yeah,
yeah.
sure.
It also might not.
There's 4 people here, and one of them is very glad
I
he's
will
not
say-
revealing himself.
It might not. It might not kill him.
Well, it probably
Oh.
won't right away, but we'll see if it
My
works.
my boy is pretty chunky.
Big
So you hear a mutter behind you. All creation, I will send back everything to their origins. And then your
fuck
servant's
off.
going to take a knife in the back.
I know who you are. Out of game.
I got a 1 in case you want to activate an opportunity.
What does that do?
I posted it a second ago before you guys were rolling.
I will activate an opportunity.
Okay, so
you can...
add a D8 as a
you
push
can
die or
attack.
perform. So next time you roll, you can take a D8 die, or you can upgrade if you do a stunt by spending another plot point. You can make it a D10.
Or you can trigger limits or FX.
You can also trigger your limits or SFX.
Total is a 15, and I have a D10 effect die, but that would get stepped up +1 to a D12 effect die. So you will be taking, unless you can stop me, a D12 physical stress.
Don't I get to?
Well, yeah,
toughness
that's what I
roll
mean. If you don't respond. Also, actually, wait, this says growing dread. I have a 2, so I technically have 2 opportunities. If you you wanted to activate.
I'm going to step up an effect dice on my toughness.
Okay.
Or I'm going to add an effect. Can I add a dice?
Okay, yeah, that's what it means by push die, is you can, by spending an opportunity on an enemy's turn, you can basically turn it around. So you can add a D8 for free, or basically for no justification, and then if you can just turn that into a stunt by saying you do something cool, you can make it a D10 on your response
for toughness rolls, I roll pair, right?
Yeah, you're paired right now, you can roll.
So it would be 3d8 and 1d12.
Alright.
Right?
So you can choose to add another D8 with spending a plot point to use one of their opportunities. Or you can just, like I said, narratively, if you want to be like, I do something cool, like I stop the blade with my hand, that's a stunt, and you get a D10 instead.
No. Narratively, it doesn't really make, because,
It's kind of a sneak attack.
It's a backstab.
But he is a chunky boy, so he does have a chance.
I just noticed a lot of servants don't really have directly defensive skills.
It depends on the servant.
Hoshigumo is like invulnerable as long as she has her MP.
Yeah, I think I have something for mine.
But that will burn through plot points.
I have a 15, I have a 7 and 8 with a, technically a D12 physical stress.
I am able to resist the stress then, because I got a 16 with a 7 and a 9. 1d8, 1d12.
Alright.
But I also give you an opportunity.
Okay.
I got a 1.
Find my document and read about effect dice.
You got a 1 on which dice? Because I think that matters for
D8.
Omega.
I guess that's because you roll endurance.
It was literally. It was essentially for not my toughness dice. My toughness dice was a 9.
I assume I'd be able to add magic resistance to every defense roll.
Oh no, I have a defensive ability. I just have to be aware.
Okay, I'm just thinking of it how I do it. I guess I'll wait till then.
Well, it would have to be a magical ability for you to roll magic resistance, Chief.
Fair.
Yeah, magic resistance is just, I have magical resistance.
Now, admittedly, magic resistance is very good, but you can't just, if he just tries to cold cock you, you can't be like, magic resistance!
I mean, it depends if it's an NP or not.
Nope. That's, no.
No, you can't resist Billy's bullets. Let me tell you.
Fair.
They're just bullets.
Now, there are totally magical NPs, but yes, like, I think even if technically, if Saber just shoots you with a beam, that's just raw mana. That's not actually a magic effect.
I wonder if I could ever. I wonder how Golden Roll could be used. Okay, but
yeah, that would mostly be for downtime stuff. It's a little weird, but you could totally swing it.
Okay,
hold on, I'm just making sure.
He has reinforcement.
For example, if you're a gem mage, Golden Roll to get some stuff.
I'm just double checking. Okay, if the action succeeds with a reaction, okay, it's the other way around. You could step down the effect die if you had a larger total but not a bigger effect die. But you don't have a bigger effect die. You just beat it. Okay, so what does this defense look like? Does he just shrug the blow?
So you saying he was stabbed?
Yes, just a person in a hooded cloak wearing sandals just appears behind you, drops presence concealment because that's how presence concealment works, and tries to stab you with a really freaky looking knife in your back.
Basically, at the last second, his hand reaches up and grabs the tip of the knife, barely holding it back from him because I barely beat it. And he's just like, "You're about 10 years too early for that." And he pushes it away as he gets into a defensive stance.
All right. Because
he is also a punchy priest.
Was Tomas stabbed to death?
No, he died. I think he died of old age.
Probably.
Oh, damn.
All right. All right.
Or disease.
So I think the last person in the scene is Okitan.
Yes.
Right?
Well, yeah. I think technically everybody's here is what we're getting at.
Yeah.
Like they're gonna arrive, but I get to dominate because I shenanigans my way in with presence concealment to break up the order. But I got to say who goes next.
You also can use doom dice to do that, whatever, too.
Well, yeah, but I still have to spend to interrupt, and I still can't interrupt with assassin because this is the assassin. They're trying to assassinate you. So yeah.
Real quick. Da Vinci said there was a servant reading here, right?
Yeah, there are 2 intermittent servant readings.
That's it. Okay, that's all.
What is his name?
Oh, you want to know their name?
Well, I would not know that, but Father Tomas would. If they're evil.
Yes.
If they're not evil.
The assassin of the completely fucked up Holy Grail War is neutral evil, and she is known as Medea, when the distinction she used negatively was Witch of Betrayal. Because in case you guys didn't know, Medea murders a lot of people.
When compelled by Aphrodite to kill her.
Makes sense.
Murders a lot of
makes
people.
sense.
Yeah, no, I could definitely see her being an assassin.
Yeah. Also, like, Lily the Play Medea could just be an assassin, considering how much, like...
she's the
murders
betrayer,
everyone.
not the witch.
Yeah.
Yes.
She still has
one
Rule
has
Breaker
to-
because it's a knife, but...
Yeah.
Oh, that would have been bad.
Yeah. Oh man, that
It is the one
Yeah,
that she
Rule
used to stab
Breaker
her
pretty
brother, right?
gnarly with
that would have been if it severed the contract. That could be bad for everyone here.
Oh, yeah, because
yeah, but she did not deliberately try and do that. She was just using the fact that servants are made of magic. Rule Breaker cuts magic. She'd just be like, I'm just going to stab you in your spirit core while you're not looking. Oh, shit! He was looking!
I assume it's a version of Rule Breaker that used to stab her brother and other things.
Yeah.
But if you're not going to nominate me, I'm going to go to the bathroom real quick.
Oh, alright, we won't nominate you. I think it might make sense to nominate Okitan. So, Okitan gets to go.
I'll be right back.
You'd be disappointed. Because you know how I said earlier she was going to use narcolepsy to sleep? Yeah, she's doing that. She passes up her entire turn and just dozes off.
I feel like that'd be more than 1 point, considering how much you can do in a turn, but...
Shrug.
Yeah,
that's what she does.
Okay.
She's got really good fighting ability, but there were silenced bullets and there are assassins fighting right now. She doesn't notice.
She's busy. Alright,
She's
technically
getting
she
those
gets to
magic-
pick who goes next. Don't make it Sela, because Vespairr stepped out. Or Hoshikuma.
Yeah.
But we can say the gang's all here. You can also, since Mash is here, you can nominate Mash. I will roll for her, but she is on your side.
Did you use the Doom Pull?
My goal was to target Hoshikuma, but that's not a thing right now. So I go with X.
Oh, okay.
Actually, no. Can I switch that to Holmes?
Sure, you can nominate Holmes.
I want to nominate.
You can nominate
Holmes.
whoever.
Yeah, I'd like to nominate Holmes.
Okay, so yeah.
Oh, by the way, I have not. My servant has not told you what her name is because he hasn't
name
gone
in
yet.
that time.
That's why.
Yeah,
That's okay. If Holmes wanted to, he could take an action, just be like, "Hey, I know who you is."
Well, yeah, but I can see Holmes. Oh, back. I'm trying to get into the mind of this guy. Okay. You know what? I think now I think about it, I think he would try to. Knowing Holmes, he would just take a turn to sort of use his natural insight to just
figure out who that one is. Okay.
Yep. Lone Wolf, then the Revealer. So give that distinction on him.
Luck is probably the best stat here.
Yep. Unfortunately, I actually backspace on like on my window. Crap. Look at it. So I'm going to be rolling a D8, 2D12, and a D4.
What's D4 for?
Oh, the distinction, or that'd be another D8.
Yeah, that would be a D8 unless you're using it in a negative way. Which you could. You could say that Holmes is so fixated. It's really easy to bullshit distinction. You can just say that Holmes is so fixated on knowing that it's not plot productive for him to learn, and you can get a plot point out of it and use it as a D4.
No, I think it would be productive because
So yes, that's used as a D8.
Okay, so
you only get the plot point and use the D4 when you use it negatively against yourself, basically.
Yeah. And well,
no, Holmes is still building his dice pool.
Yep. I think that's all I need. So, boop. Oh,
It's a 12.
Yeah.
And an 8, so that's a solid 20. Guess what? Medea doesn't have a lot it's going to do against this. I'll roll publicly
even
now.
conceivably beat that.
Possibly, we'll see. We'll see what kind of stuff she gets. I think she might get some 10s in there. No. Yeah, he did not. He did not actually. That is why Holmes is going to determine it. And then he will yell out, probably.
I've solved it.
So, Medea is the lone wolf.
Actually,
You broke all her
I think
familiars.
that actually has extra bonuses against attacking Medea.
I'll give myself another D6 in the Doom pool, because she's going to use Argonaut as a negative, because she's super fucking famous.
That makes sense.
I think
Argonauts are kind of a big deal.
She's going to use her
Give
D8
her
for
her
luck,
specific
because that's the only thing she can do against this.
Think about it this way, Dallas. Like she may not be world famous, but in the servant
There is
verse, she's
literally
famous.
a famous classical play called Medea.
That's fair.
she is quite famous, and I think that's it. None of her skills apply. She cannot use presence concealment. It's only luck-based. So she's going to roll... Yeah, no, that's 10.
It was impossible to win from the start with 2d8s.
Yep. So, hey, Holmes,
But
Holmes figures
he
out that
steps
it's
it up twice, so he super knows everything about her now.
Yes, quite.
You're supposed to stat block in the tabletop cabal now.
I could
We see
actually,
all
if you
the
guys want to
entries.
see what she's got.
Oh, I was making a joke for sure.
Sure. Because
That is kind of the point of revealing.
Well, I guess also like he super beat it, so I guess that doesn't make sense.
That's over 2,000 characters. I'll have to break that up a little.
Holmes just
yeah.
knows. That's it.
I assume that doesn't destroy or anything, but
No, that's purely narrative, but now you know things. You're armed with knowledge.
He's like,
So
Knowledge,
Holmes will probably say something to
power.
the effect of, I believe that is the famous witch Medea from the Argonauts. That one.
Yes, that one.
That's not good.
Assassin! Assassino! Assassino!
I fucking do this.
Who did this?
You're not.
Yo, I'm actually kind of glad I got a hotel. Just so we
I
could
just
give
put
this
it in the
bullshit.
text file. Okay.
actually, it's the same skills, but it works.
Okay, well,
So is
And
it
that's
not cheating to look at her stat sheet now?
Well, Omega literally posted.
Yeah, I posted
Yeah.
because her stats are slightly different as an assassin.
Okay.
but
Her noble phantasms had to be as a separate text document because they're long.
But yeah,
But they-
I think but yeah, like at that point, it's just like, well, we know who she is. Sick the giant Oni on her
All right. Are you nominating then Hoshikuma?
Oh
because
boy.
it's fair back.
I'm being
Yep.
weird and I'm just pondering over it. It's like, man, I think I would probably have a skill about like slaying heroes. There.
Maybe. Did she actually slay any heroes?
Or did she just get slayed?
She kind of died to the one.
Fair.
It's
Or,
like
I guess
Boudica.
mythic beings.
They're very famous, but they kind of are famous for getting wrecked.
They're famous
So-
for being adversaries, yeah.
There's a random question about how demonic power works.
Yeah.
So does the pseudo function as the other three skills if you want it to?
No, the idea with demonic power is it's one skill that is similar to the ability to use it as some like I think Da Vinci has natural genius or whatever. It's kind of like those skills where you can just make it be mana burst or whatever narratively, but you don't get the SFX because you can use it
Okay.
as lots of different things narratively.
Okay,
So you have
I
you have an A rank charisma and also an A rank monstrous strength, but you cannot do the special monstrous strength like double thing.
Okay, that's what I was confused about when I was like looking at the.
That is kind of
specific
that's my
concept
kind
of
of
it.
balancing act. There is the way
That makes
you get
sense.
to use
No,
lots of
that's-
different skills as one skill, but you don't get all their special stuff.
It's more all purpose. Like, nah, man, I'm an Oni. I can just do this.
I'm an Oni. I can yell at you, and also I can punch you really hard, and also I can
Okay.
explode.
And also booze.
No, it's a
so
different
yeah,
skill.
so big old Berserker. I'm assuming I'm not on her shoulder anymore.
No, you probably got down.
But Edge, don't do that. Stop blocking. God. Anyways, she's gonna do the big old Berserker, fast leap in your face. Everyone's around her, so I would like to do a team because she has a big old team dice.
Yeah, you can declare team.
Yeah, I'm gonna declare team. Probably statuesque stunner is gonna be a good distinction here because she's probably twice Medea's size.
Oh, yeah, probably something like that. How tall's Medea?
Medea's I think like probably 5'3". Like a lot of the female servants in this game are in Fate are like 5'2", 5'4" range.
Yeah,
Like
they're
that
normal
just-
height for Japanese women.
Yes,
I
even
think
though
she's
most of them
because
are not
Brandon.
Japanese.
I think she's taller, but I don't think it's that much. I think she's
Well,
like 5.
Either way, Hoshikuma is probably like 7.
Yeah, she's at least like a foot taller than Medea.
Oh yeah.
So we have
The
D10.
actual Oni size.
Yes.
I think
So
I'm
we-
taller than her barely.
Only just, I think. I think we talked
We
about
have
that.
one D10.
Also, you're super skinny though, which
Oh yeah.
Hoshikuma is not.
Yes.
She's a big, muscly Oni lady.
A D12 from her strength because she's about a whacker. We're adding in another D10 because madness enhancement. Another D12 from demonic power of the Oni because she's just bulking up and going for that smash. And lastly, she has her club, which is another D8. So we have 2 of everything that's not a D6.
Oh no.
All right.
Pancake.
Will Medea job?
Yeah, that
Probably.
is that's 21.
Yeah, you're just gonna keep this 21. What effect
Yeah.
are you using? Probably one of your 10s then?
Probably that 10.
Okay.
And she's like, so she's gonna she's gonna zoom in. The Kanabo's gonna come up and is just heading straight down on her.
You ever play For Honor?
She's I forget what he's called. But yeah, no,
she's the Shokugeki.
She's the Shokugeki coming in like, pancake time.
Okay, let's roll some dice. Medea is still alone. Still a lone wolf. But she is an Argonaut, so she's used to fighting scary monsters. She once killed a giant bronze man, in case you didn't know.
Yep.
She did make him bleed out.
So, bizarrely, because of the way that a lot of the stat alterations work, she's actually got a C in endurance. So, she will attempt to tank.
Tank feels about on par for, like, most regular servants.
Yeah.
Like, as long as they don't have a trait that actively, like, hinders what their endurance should be because of servant nonsense.
Mm-hmm.
Or
yeah. So now that she's an assassin, Medea has C strength and endurance, and her agility is only D, because she was never that fast.
And in some cases, you can even use divinity.
Unfortunately for Medea, she thought I was the squishy person, but she didn't realize I actually have the highest endurance of any of the servants.
Yeah, she thought... Well, and also I literally flipped a coin, because I was like, what should we do? No, she'll pick on the servant, because she wants to try and stab the servant and just take them out, and then masters are easy. They're chumps.
And then she kind of the words you're saying, like, that's
Medea is probably thinking right now, I see, errors have been made.
The mistakes I made were calculated, but boy, am I bad at math.
And this is the assassin. I wonder what the others will be.
Oh no. I
imagine what's actually going to happen is, once you get to turn back, she's going to be like, no, I'm out.
Probably. If she does not get taken out by stress, which could happen. Because she has already acted this cycle, so most of your other servants have to go. We've only... Well, actually, no, we've wasted most of them, but the two biggest hitters still get to go.
Yeah.
So, yeah. In this sequence before. And then you guys could also then just, while you're the last ones to go, you could just nominate one of the ones you didn't go. Okay, but we're skills... No, I don't think this qualifies as poison resistance. If you tried to make her drunk first, but no, you're just gonna beat her up. I'm gonna turn one of my... I can do this because it's an EX skill. I'm gonna turn one of my D6s into a D8, but add a D4 for Golden Fleece. Because the Golden Fleece is fucking useless.
The Golden Fleece is both useless and bullshit.
So, the Golden Fleece, it does nothing, but I will turn one of my Doom Die D6s into a D8.
I'm beginning the Shadow War.
Okay. Does she use a Noble Phantasm for this?
Also, is everyone having fun so far?
Yes, I like this system.
We will do... She will use
Rule
Breaker to try and parry, which sounds dumb, but it is magic, so...
It's a magic knife, even though it's
it's made of her it's made of her authority, so... I can't do that stuff yet. She will use your madness against you for a D10. You're crazy.
She will.
And I will go ahead and I'll go ahead and spend one die out of the Doom Pool already to add another D8. Because I've got lots. I'm probably going to spend more so she can keep more dice. But we'll see.
That and you're fighting a 21 right now.
Yeah. Alright, roll them. Ooh, not great. Oh, I'm definitely going to have to try and keep some. So I think my best is an 11.
Yeah.
I want to at least make it so I don't lose by 5, so she doesn't get... Well, she'd only take a D. No, I would only lose by 10, that's right. Which she won't. No, she will exactly. Okay, so I want to spend at least one D6, so she can keep that second 5. So she's got a 16. That will give her a D12 physical stress.
Oh, damn.
Yeah, we'll just keep it that way.
Yeah, so I imagine...
you just fucking overhand slam, and poor tiny Medea just goes flying ass over tea kettle backwards. Slams into another wall. Blood pours down her face. Just be like, what the hell? It's not normal.
Hit the face.
Just, that's what we call a home run.
Alright, now Hoshikuba can nominate somebody to go next.
Hold on. I'm going to close the door.
Did I miss anything from Majin's turn?
No. Okita and Sherlock went. Okita did nothing because she's asleep.
Oh, okay.
And Sherlock determined that it was Medea.
Started, so she was just kind of not paying attention.
Now maybe she's awake, because there was a huge Oni smash.
That'll do it.
But pretty big sounds, but
So, yourself and Mary, and then both Axe and his servant are left, I believe. I've not gone this part of the sequence.
Isn't Marie still have to go, too?
That's what I said. Is that
Yep.
it's 4. Okay. That's okay. We'll cut it out a little bit.
I'll nominate Axe just in case he wants to set something up.
I was just saying, like, so I just wanted to curious if Sela wanted to go and just, like, finish the deal by punching Medea in the face, but okay.
That might not work out. You don't know. She's still a servant.
Still got.
I want to do a setup for my servant.
All right.
That's
What are
Yeah,
you gonna set up?
so I'm nominating Axe.
So
Okay.
Aelius can go.
I assume I'm just in the area for this whole, like, fight, and...
Yeah, basically, you guys were running up, and then those skeletons got smashed. Oh, hey, there's assassin, and then
Yeah, I imagine we're a couple dozen feet away when Hoshikuma just, like, teleported in front of her and just whacked.
yeah, basically, you just used your mana burst part of Oniness to just be like, I'm gonna rocket jump over
Okay,
there.
so the thing I want to do is, like, I want to set up a thing so that my servant's attack does more.
Okay, you cannot technically do that, but you can give your servant a buff to basically give them a better die type that they can use.
Yeah, you can either
So you
try to
can-
inflict complications.
Technically, you
or
could like
straight up
you can
support.
inflict a complication on Medea, or you could just give her an asset, which is like, hey, maybe your spear's on fire, and then when she uses that, she can use that either to add to a total or to keep as an effect die. You
Yeah, that
cannot
was kind of the
directly make
idea.
her do better damage, but you can set her up. With
That was kind of
benefits.
the idea, yeah. So I'm going to use one of the abilities of my Mystic Code, Immolation Bind, to basically force the flames of the surrounding area to basically make chains around Medea to where she is to the wall.
Okay, you're going to attempt to do a thing.
A binding complication.
Okay.
Oh, wait, Omega. Real quick about
What's up?
the opportunities.
Yeah.
Does the push, I guess, become a thing I hold on to, or is...
Does the what now?
You did roll a 1.
Oh,
so-
yeah. No, it's only in response to that roll. So if you want to activate an opportunity, you can.
Okay. I just was, like the way you talked about, like, the D8 push dice and stuff, but I don't
Yeah,
want
that's for your next roll. Like, if you choose to activate it, it's for whenever you roll next, but you
Is
have
it
to choose
free,
to
or do I have to
activate
spend
them in the moment, otherwise it's like, okay,
That's been a plot point.
Okay, so if it
Oh, I
says
don't
to
need
step if it says to step up and affect I +1, is it just basically mean like next tier or like actual?
Yeah, plus up the die. The die size.
D4, D6,
Okay.
When you
D8.
inflict it, yeah.
All right.
And it's after you're done rolling and you pick your effect die, it gets stepped up.
So for this case, I am technically working as a pair because I'm doing it with my servant as like a setup for what she's going to do. I'm using Raise Through Flames because I'm using fire magic like Aelius has been taught to learn since he was a child. I'm Master Die, and then Magecraft Solar, and then I'm using an actual special effect of
By the
of my
way,
special effect.
because you are a human who is targeting a servant, you get a plot point because you use your
Okay.
master die.
Okay, I'll take a plot point.
Oh, is that just the thing that happens?
Yes, if you are a master character and you target a significantly stronger supernatural character like a servant, you get it because you're using a D4. You're like completely outmatched.
Yeah. So me trying to punch servants gives me plot points.
Yes, it is narratively gives you more narrative goo juice, but mechanically will go poorly.
Yep.
In this
probably.
case, I'm not close to her, but that doesn't matter in this case.
No, you are a human who is attempting to target a servant. That's ballsy.
Yes, I'm using a dagger to basically whip the fire
Yeah,
around.
you're gonna make
chain.
fire do stuff.
So, okay, so let me just list these down. Okay,
Okay,
so the step up is after I roll.
Yes.
Alright, so then that would just be D10, D8, D8, 8. 1D10, 1D6, 1D4. Let's see, that would be a 12. And an effect die of D8, which then becomes a D10.
Okay. To give her a bound in flames complication.
Yes.
Okay. Sorry, I'm getting confused with my tabs and stuff. I need to roll her pool. Actually, I shouldn't bullshit you. I'm not gonna bother rolling. I spend a D6 anti-magic.
Okay.
There's no point in rolling. She's no matter what, she's gonna spend a D6. She just, as you try and wrap her in flames, she just flicks out Rule Breaker and cuts it apart like it's not there.
Okay.
That is one of her SFX. You guys know that she does that.
Alright, then Pippaseal's just gonna run her through.
Well, yeah, but first, then basically she just cuts it apart and kind of looks over at Aelius and says, you know, pathetic. The mages in this era are completely worthless. You're about 1,000 years too late to try that trick on me, boya.
But
In
yeah,
case you forgot, that's a Medea thing, she says.
she
I
is
aspire
very
to
ornate
reach
on
your
levels.
power. Great old broken mage of great time.
If only she could go. She'd fuck you up something fierce with her other noble phantasm.
That's valid.
That thing is scary.
It is very scary. And sadly, we
That's
can't take you
scary.
with us after we kick her ass.
It scares me more than Rule Breaker.
Oh,
Honestly.
wait.
Yeah, Heartbreaker is something I had to come up with, but it's well, for the
It
audience
makes
at home, I
sense.
can read the description. It's the legend of Medea as the great sage and ally to the Argonauts with the sinister tone of her late betrayal. Enchanted by Aphrodite, Medea betrayed and killed her own brother, and is also responsible for the death of the Bronze Guardian Talos and arranged the death of King Peleus. Through all this, she's known to use spells, drugs, and poisons to achieve her ends. This becomes the noble phantasm Heartbreaker, which takes a form akin to Mystic Eyes. She can cloud the mind with a look, confusing enemies and causing them to attack each other or even kill themselves in madness, to make them fall asleep or become docile, and even mimic the divine authority used by Aphrodite and make one fall deeply in love with her. Also, she can shoot eye beams.
That is amazing. Cause it's like that is like OP.
But that is literally how Medea gets everybody. Like,
yes,
she poisons magics or whatever the shit out of all kinds of people.
This is the embodiment of all of that.
Yeah, because this is not Medea Lily, but this is not yet the Witch of Betrayal.
It is the Argonaut.
Yeah, this is adventuring murder hobo Medea. All right, so you dominate Penth. So
it's
Penth
the one probably that actually Jason has like the best relationship with, even though it's awkward. But yeah,
this would definitely give Jason a fear boner.
It would. But anyway, so
now she's probably gonna get bodied.
Now can I have Cecilia just?
Yeah. No.
Okay. All right. So she's going to manifest physically, and from the air, just holding her spear downward, just plunge it through Medea from the air.
Yep. Sounds about right.
Prepare the Amazon drop.
Also, don't forget in this case, because you are attacking her physically, you should exploit her physical stress and add a d12.
All right, perfect.
She is fairly badly beat up.
All right, so Slayers of Monsters and Heroes as a distinction.
Okay. Nope. Sounds about right.
She's in a. Okay, yeah.
Use pair.
She's in a pair, so it's only d6. Usually better than 2.
Oh yeah,
but that's because she's an army. She's used to having an army.
Oh,
so
also, actually, so we keep forgetting about it. It was technically your servant, but because servants don't have milestones, Sela probably procced her 1 XP.
Hell yeah.
And also, Axe, was your 1 XP the Find the True Name?
Yes.
Okay, you can proc that one too. You get 1 XP.
Okay. I'll just highlight it. Or
no, you can do that. You can do that as many times as you like with your 1 XP, because it's
all right.
1 XP is as many times as it comes up. The 3 XP is once per scene. The 10 XP is once per scenario, basically.
Then I'll just need to. I'll just put XP next to my name.
What is 1 XP?
You can activate your 1 XP milestone as many times as you like.
Oh, oops! I would have.
What's your 1 XP milestone?
Killing an undead.
Ooh, okay, yeah, you definitely got some.
Let's see.
4.
1, 2, 3, 4.
Yeah.
Oh no, wait! Did I actually kill any of them?
You destroyed one.
You dropped one in the
outright.
first scenario.
Okay, so 1.
Yeah.
Because it is literally land the killing blow on an undead.
Yeah, you only landed the killing blow on 1 as yourself.
Let me know if this is good for you. Because this fits he's done his whole life.
No, yeah, that's good. That's a good one.
Okay, cool. I get 2 XP.
Alright, so I think in this case it will be the 1d12. Actually, it will be 2 because she's using Strength A.
Yeah. No. Penth is a big girl.
Let's see, then d6, d8, Divinity or Golden Rule Beauty, or Howl of War God, be Divinity. So that's a d10, and then a d8 for her spear.
And just not even bother with Noble Phantasms stuff. It's just
why over? It's just like why reveal that?
That's fair. Hoshikuma didn't have to either.
Phantasm. That wasn't it. She just smacked her really hard.
All right.
Yeah, you didn't even use your Noble Phantasm yet.
Rogue adversary doesn't matter. It's not like she's not fighting like a mythical warrior. She's fighting an assassin.
Medea's a mythic warrior.
A heroic adversary is just the thing.
Okay, that's fair. Medea is not heroic right now. She is still neutral evil.
Oh, it's like saying she is an heroic. She herself is a heroic adversary, so she is the one when fighting basically enemies of similar like mythicalness.
Anyway.
But yeah.
By the way, the recording we've been going for over about 3 hours, so I figure after this fight we will probably wrap up and have to do a part 2, just like I thought we would.
Yeah. I think we understand how this works now.
It definitely was us figuring out the dice and putting things together.
Mm-hmm. No, that's fair. And that's why Omega says, I wrote this to be 1 session, but it will be 2.
Just because it's like, it's a playtest.
There's a lot of playtesting and figuring out
And here's where this thing gets kind of crazy.
Yeah, that's servant dice right there.
Oh, yeah, no, that is a big servant
pool.
Oh, that's a 12 and a 12.
That's just her attacking, like,
12
people.
That is
just her attack.
24.
That's just gonna take out her stress over. Now, technically that means she rolls over to trauma, so she could come back, but for dramatic purposes, I think we can just write her out of the scenario because there are many more enemy servants.
There are like 6 or 7 more servants.
And just, Penth just teleports above her, teleports behind her, and unsheathes spear while she's busy yelling at her master and just takes a spear in the chest. Just,
right. She teleports
from the air and just,
her, the wall.
pins her to the ground with a spear. It's like
well,
force.
Penth was in spirit form before, so Penth just de-spirit forms in the air and just spear crashes.
But yeah,
the unsheathed spear and teleports behind her is a joke.
Like, I imagine what happened was, Medea started talking to her and instantly just got stabbed. Like, right after
yeah, exactly. Just immediately drops, like Medea, and just...
So I think I should clarify, because I think I might have misstated this earlier. My character is not lawful good, chaotic good. She's just mentally...
Okay. No, it's fine. Your character is a good person. Your servant is not.
No.
She just looks up to your servant.
Medea takes a spear in the chest, which is right through the spirit core, and just kind of... The knife just drops out of her hand and just clunk.
If that knife doesn't demanifest, I want to take it myself.
Oh no, it'll go away. She immediately starts to bleed spiritrons too. Just kind of...
Oh, those are things you can play.
Kind of looks back, notices, kind of tries to make out and says, a Greek hero. That makes sense. I was always no good against those. Bleh. And just... Medea fades away.
I begin saying a prayer for her.
Penth just, rolls the spear between her fingers and, rests back on her shoulder.
That is ironic, though. That Medea just got fucking destroyed by a Greek hero.
She's not even really a hero.
The Oni did a decent chunk of that work, but then just...
Yeah. We have two very scary, muscly women.
Yes, correct.
The Oni set her up, and Penth just finished it off.
That was a very big 1-2 punch.
Yeah.
Penth also having, the stats for her gear, because she has,
Yes, servants with armaments have some fun stuff.
Yeah, she has her spear, and she has her in her ride, and her shield.
I think my servant stats...
Shield, spear, armor.
I probably, if thinking about it as tactically as the GM, Medea probably shouldn't have gone for the stab and should have just tried to I-beam somebody, but I felt the stab would be more appropriate, and also if I used I-beams, I'd have to give it away.
You were trying to stealth kill a guy. You almost did it.
Yes.
Assassin tried to assassinate. So I think where we'll end this session, and we'll do some kind of some post game chatting. But I figure we'll cut the game session because we're at 3:15, and that's a good. Beating a servant's a good place to stop.
It's also when Patreon starts to get finicky about.
Yes, there'll be some editing for this one to be sure. But yeah, the file size starts to get weird.
That was episode 1 of the OVA.
So, and basically, you guys kind of gather around and be like, hey, we did it. And just kind of out of the flames, you just hear kind of a clack like somebody walking with a stick. And then just a guy in big blue fluffy robes with a staff comes out and is just like, hey, you took care of Assassin. You guys are pretty good, huh?
What color is his hair?
I'm Caster. He's very blue.
Extremely blue.
That's where we will cliffhanger.
Yeah, I guess we'll start next session of us rolling identify checks.
Maybe. If you
I
want to
don't
identify him.
I don't get an auto
That's a very good question.
No, I have a
Easy
D10.
reminder
I have a
right now,
D10 to typical history.
Well, he's not evil. He's lawful neutral in this form.
He is lawful neutral. I did know that one because I don't think Coop is ever evil except for.
Right. I kept forgetting the whole scenario.
Yeah.
Which for a so this is why EXP is important. I'll line this up for next session to basically bring Ku on your team as an NPC because you didn't use her, but you could have, and probably would have at some point when you ran out of people, bounced to Mash, and Mash could have contributed, for instance. Mash is mostly probably running behind and being like, your servants are very fast. What is Mash's agility right now?
She's C or C plus or something?
I'm going to go out on a I'm going to go out on a whim and say, other than maybe Penthesilea and Okita, I think I have the highest agility.
Actually, Holmes has a D12 for his agility because
he's really fast.
Holmes is agility
he's very dex. No, he's got D10.
Sure
it's B plus.
Are you sure it's not all the bump ups for being a ruler originally?
No, it's not a D12. It's a D10 because it's B plus. But
it does make sense. It does make sense.
It's still very
Okay.
He has the agility the same reason my servant has agility in combat.
Fair.
He's a martial artist,
but she's also she can just use her sash to do a D12 instead.
Yeah, Hoshikuma has probably the lowest agility out of our servants, not including Mash, because she's a giant hulking monster, but she has mana burst, so she can kind of get away.
Yeah,
with
you can
You
just
also,
cheat.
you also definitely have the highest strength.
A+, yes.
I believe also now. What's everybody's luck like?
I have Penth has D luck.
Sounds
My
about right.
luck or my servant's luck?
Well, yeah, your servant's luck.
EX.
A++.
Because he died of old age despite being a gigantic creep.
No, that works. This guy got away scot-free.
The same thing with like if I were to make a servant for Joseph Stalin. It's like, you died of old age, suffering no consequences for anything you did. Lucky X.
Mechanically, to activate a minor story resource, is 5. Technically, crew should probably be a major story resource 10, but I'm not gonna go crazy. But if you want to, basically mechanically, that would be make a temporary contract with him. So one of you needs to spend 5 EXP to get him on your side permanently. Otherwise, he's just kind of a guy who might help you out, or you might decide to punch him. I don't know.
Dallas, I think, actually has the XP because
I think I might because
I do have the EXP because when you showed up, I instantly got 3 XP.
Would Medea?
Does the true names of our servants in the party count for my EXP education?
No.
Okay.
What I wanted to ask was, good.
First, so I have 3 XP when discovering new information about the area. Would going to the school and seeing the dwarf have triggered that as well as showing up?
Yeah, just because you went out of your way to discover new area about the information about the area. Yeah.
Okay, so I'm at 8.
Okay, so if you wanted to spend, we'll work on that on next session. But if you wanted to spend 5 to contract Ku, because he has to actually talk to you and be like, "Yeah, that's my story."
Would Medea have counted as a high level mage?
Well, here's the thing. Do you want to pop your 10 right now? You can only pop that once per story. But I would say it definitely can make sense. Yes, she was she did have magical abilities and was a magus in life.
The question is, because Ku is the caster and he is not an enemy, will there be any other high level mages?
You don't know that. You don't know that.
Omega has some things.
Okay, then I will not pop it yet.
Okay.
And I will trust in my GM.
There will definitely be other enemies who have magecrafty abilities.
Worst comes to worst, I could just kill one of the other players.
Hey!
I really need the XP, guys. I'm sorry.
For what? For a playtest?
But yeah, so we'll get into what Ku does next time. You probably shouldn't willy-nilly decide to fight him, because as you would expect, being a Ku, he's actually quite good.
I assume in this system, he's really hard to kill.
No, Ku is a really good servant in this system because he has high ranks in a lot of stuff. And has shenanigansy, because even as a Lancer, he still has rune magic B.
That's pretty crazy in this system.
I think I could maybe take him, but...
You probably could because you're specialized, but he has the Wicker Man, and also he has a second Noble Phantasm, which we won't discuss, but he has an A-class Anti-Fortress Noble Phantasm.
You mean Owikaman?
Wickerman!
That's only his anti-army NP.
No, he has a different one that's even more bullshit.
Yeah, he has a second bullshit one that they gave him in lore, which he doesn't have as a playable character for some reason, because we're bad at this.
Surprisingly, in lore, the Ku's are actually not 3 stars.
Well,
no, Ku is a high-level servant.
The problem about Ku is, I've said it before a lot of times, is he's the demonstration of why luck is very important in the Fate universe, because you just get shit on by Fate if you don't have high luck.
Yeah, you just get bodied by Cursed Arm.
Yeah, it's like, you don't have high luck? Oh, that means your master gets taken prisoner and killed, and this other guy contracts you who's a huge dick and is going to force you to do things you don't want to do.
And
yeah,
this
Penthesilly has D-Luck because considering her entire story and her Amazons entirely as a whole.
Yeah, no. Penth is not... That makes sense. Penth is not a very lucky character, so she will not do good against enemies who attack your fate. But...
she will kill them before that, usually.
And hopefully. As I thought, my character probably contributed the least.
But that's okay. If anybody actually gotten stabbed, you'd be very helpful, because I don't think anybody heals in this team.
The issue is we were fighting assassins, so it was very much... can she one-shot us, or will we just
eat her in the face?
Yes, when you guys meet Rider or Lancer, perhaps.
Oh my god, if we have to fight Darius, it's fucking awful. Oh my god.
I'm going to tell you right up front, I'm probably going to need your help a lot, because if you look at one of my XP buffs tied to one of my skills, it's a bit awkward.
Ah, goody. So, yeah, I was just making the joke that, okay, it was more of a joke. It's like, oh, hey, no one got hurt. guess the medic wasn't needed this go around.
Alright, I'm going to jot down that for next time the Doom Pool is down to... Well, it's technically up, but it's down to 68.
Still pretty high.
Well, yeah. Once you guys started rolling real dice pools and I had real characters I cared about, it was like, okay, I need to spend. And I got rid of one of my D6s right then just to be like, no, you're not going to do that complication.
Seems like just fighting mooks and expecting us to roll 1s and 2s is a very good way for you to get Doom dice.
Yes, that is on point. Vespairr, I think, said that on mic earlier, talking about it because I mentioned it was kind of the up and down. Yeah, as you beat up mooks, you build up narrative tension, and then it's like, well, then a big boss appears, and they're really, really scary, and then the Doom Pool depletes. And then it's like, well, the Doom Pool's pretty wimpy, so you guys can get a lot done. And then it balloons back up.
No, this was fun. I actually really like this system once I figured it out.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm. I wish I
Can
had...
we keep our PP between sessions?
If you guys want to do any setup, you can. But yeah, well, I expect next section we'll probably start exactly where this one left off. I should go ahead and cut the recording. Don't forget to like on the comments and the subscribes. Goodbye, everybody.
Bye.
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 Ciao.